Hello, hello. Welcome to the Instacourse Sales Masterclass. We are about to get started. Thank you for being here. And I'm just going to write here in the chat, have you introduce yourselves. So go ahead and let me know your name, your location, and what you do. Because as we go through the presentation today, I'm going to be incorporating as much as I can about what you guys do into the presentation to make it as useful for you as possible. So let me write this sticky note. Welcome. What's your name, location, and what do you do? All right, let me post that up right there. All right, welcome guys. I'm Danielle Leslie, super excited to walk you guys through today how my online course made over $25,000 in 1 month from Instagram, and excited to show you guys how it's a system that you can do for yourselves as well. All right, we got Heather in the building from New York. Maria, what's up? Margaret, my name is Maggie in San Jose. Hey, Maggie in the Bay Area as well. I'm in Oakland, so both represent the Bay Area. Sean from Arkansas, an educator. Scott from North Carolina. What up, Scott? Trying to figure out how to promote my landing page on Instagram. We will absolutely talk about that. Karen, how's it going? What's up, Erica from Augusta, Georgia, and LMT. All right, Carmen from Tampa Bay, Florida in the building, newly full-time blogger. Congratulations, Carmen. That's super excited. Lexia Crawford, event planner and writer in Fort Worth. Amazing. Hey, Jennifer. Hey from LA, what's up? I'm gonna be down in your neck of the woods. I'll be in San Diego later this week. So I can't wait. Although I heard it's cold down there. It's actually not that hot. Hey, Crystal from California. Where in California, Crystal? I'm in the Bay Area in Oakland. Safia, how's it going? Trisha from DC in the building, professional business writer. I love it. Maria from Massachusetts. Hey, Don, ATL, lawyer turned baker turned and legal consultant to bakers, not bankers, bakers. I love it. Yes. Nicole, Boise, Idaho, interior design and real estate. Absolutely. Karen, what's up, Karen from Chicago? Hey, Daphne from Atlanta, marketing. Asha, Fiona, hey. Lynette from Maryland, health and fitness professional. Caitlin. So yeah, as you guys come in, feel free, introduce yourselves. Let me know your name, where you're located, and what you do. Because when we get into the presentation today, I will be incorporating lots of examples. So if I know what you guys do, then the more I can incorporate you guys into the presentation. What up, Caitlin from Texas? Liz, Kelly, Lexia, Brianna, Bree from Ontario, Canada. Blog about Bree's beauty. Love it. Rose, Lauren, Gina, Hannah, what's up? Hey, Michelle from Long Beach. Margaret from LA, salon owner. Amazing. I work with some salon owners. Cecile from Ontario. Roberta. Hey, Roberta. Absolutely. Thank you for being here. And Karen, Aisha from Las Vegas. Strata from Ohio. Awesome. We're in Ohio, Strata. My fiance hails from Shaker Heights. So we were in Cleveland for the Cavs parade when they won it. What was it, like 3 years ago now, 2 years ago? Carmen Robinson, Kamisha, Belinda, Gary, Shanika. Hey, y'all are lit. I'm like, okay, we got to get started. I'm trying to say hi to everybody, but I can't get through everyone. Okay, Dana from Paramount, Brielle. Hey, Bree from Atlanta. Starting an IG for Black girls and Bitcoin. Ooh, you better get it. Yes. I'm all about the Bitcoin. Sherilyn, Melanie, Danielle from Baltimore, Dominique. All right, y'all. Well, we are going to get started. Oh, my goodness. I can't even greet everyone. Y'all are so lit. Sadie, Michelle. All right, y'all. So are you ready? Let's get started, okay? So what I'm going to do is share my slides. Feel free to continue introducing yourselves, but I do want to honor your time and get us started. So thank you so much for coming on time. Deanna, Tiffany, Cassandra. All right, so I am going to share my screen, and we're going to get right to the presentation. All right, there we go. Adrian, Tanya, Nick, Shakira, Gina. What's up, y'all? Welcome, welcome, welcome. So here we are. Welcome to the Instacourse Sales Masterclass. So we're going to be going over how my online course made over $25,000 in 1 month from Instagram alone. All right, are y'all ready? Give me an amen in the chat if you are ready to get rocking and rolling. I see Leslie, Yolanda, Nikki, Brittany, Melina, Sherry, Fiorella, Paul, Sybil, I love it. So let's get started, y'all. So we're going to do a quick roll call. Let me know if this is you, okay? I love it. I got some amens. I got some preach. I love it. Y'all are lit. Let's go. So let me know if this is you. This is for you if you're an expert or creative, a coach, consultant, freelancer. You might be a speaker or author, a blogger, YouTuber, podcaster, a small business owner, or you may be doing that full-time grind and ready to make the transition into doing your own thing, all right? Now, here's some questions you may have been wondering. how do I get to 1,000 or 5,000 or 10K followers, right? Is Instagram even a viable marketing channel? Like, can I really turn IG eyeballs into leads and sales? Am I wasting my time? Like, what am I doing wrong? Right? So you may have been wondering these things. And these are some things we're going to address. And here's some reasons this may be important to you right now. Okay. So you may have existing content and expertise, and you know you should be monetizing it through a digital product, but you're not sure how to get started. Or maybe you don't have an audience and you know that building one will help you grow your business faster, but it's been a slow process, right? How many of y'all out there on that building the audience grind, right? Or maybe you're on the hamster wheel and you've gotten some traction, but you're hitting that ceiling and you're wondering, how do I scale myself? How do I break through this earning ceiling and live the life I really want to live? All right. So here's what I want you to imagine. Imagine if you were getting 50 new quality followers per day. Okay. Most of which fit your target customer profile. All right. Like, think about that. And what if you got 300 to 1,000 likes on your posts and dozens of real comments and engagements? Okay. And imagine if people on IG were faithfully clicking your link in bio, joining your email list, opting into your webinar, scheduling a discovery call with you, buying your products outright, right? Whatever it is you want them to do when they come to your profile, imagine if they were doing that. Okay, so I want to show you what happened to me. So this is my Instagram account on the left in July of 2016. So I was at about 1,700 followers. Now these followers I've been accumulating over like 5 years. It was friends, family, people from high school and elementary school who find you out the way and just follow you for some reason, right? So I was just accumulating people. Fast forward a year later, August 2017, and I was over 20,000 followers. Okay, so that's what happened in just a year's time. But not only did my followers pop off, but I saw this increase in engagement. So as you can see, this post at this time had over 1,000 likes and over 50 comments. Okay, and this post right here had over 950 likes and over 85 comments. All right, but here's the thing. Those comments weren't from, fake bots and like, awesome, looks good, right? I know y'all hate those. I hate those. They were from real people, right? Who actually fit my target audience. So this is a random sampling of the comments I get, right? So awesome. I'll be creating a course soon. I'll check out your course. This is awesome. I'm going to need your services in the near future. I'll be in touch when that time is near. What's your email? I'd love to join your masterclass. Please send me info. Sadly, I've been on the verge of creating my course for a while now too, right? Love your energy. Can't wait to check out your offerings. Still haven't pulled that course trigger, right? So all of these things were from people who were in my target audience. And again, I didn't copy and paste these, y'all. I just took a random sampling of my comments, right? So all of this stuff started to happen on my account. Right. So the purpose of the Instacourse Sales Masterclass is to share the 3 keys to making over $25,000 in 1 month in online course sales from Instagram. All right. So I'm going to walk you through the new way to approach your IG marketing and your content creation that makes it all simpler than ever. And then finally, I'll explain how you can work alongside me to get your premium online course created and attract your first customers on Instagram. All right. So that's what we're doing today. So for those of y'all who are like, who is this woman? Okay. And I see we got another Danielle in the building. What's up, Danielle? Okay. So I have created online courses that have over 50,000 people enrolled worldwide. So how many of y'all have heard of Udemy? Let me know in the chat if you're familiar with Udemy, if you've ever taken a course there or maybe even uploaded a course there. So I was at Udemy for almost 3 years. And during my time there, I helped everyone from a kid's yoga teacher to a singer, to a designer, to a celebrity with 1 million followers. I helped all of these people do over $10,000 course launches. Okay. So it was my role to help all of our instructors, all of our experts at Udemy launch their courses. So I did that for almost 3 years. And since then, I've helped my clients do up to $70,000 course launches when they were just getting started, like just building their audiences in a new niche. All right. So over 10 years, I've worked in online marketing in Silicon Valley. So I'm all Bay Area, all Silicon Valley, startup land. So I watch webinars, deconstruct sales funnels, join email lists, listen to audiobooks and podcasts like they are going out of style. And I love me a Hallmark signature card. Holla if you hear me, if anybody knows about these Hallmark signature cards, let me know. They will change your life, right? So I've been working in online marketing since '07, but I've been nerding out since birth. So, this is me in the recycling club, front and center, obviously, in my little corduroy jacket and my Coke bottle glasses. So yeah, basically a big fat nerd from day one. That is me. Okay. So in my career, I've done a lot of things right and a lot of things wrong. And so today, can I give you the tea? I want to give you the tea today. What's up, Lisa? I see Lisa's representing the Bay Area too. What up? Katina says my husband's from the Bay Area. Leslie says me too. Sabrina's like, yes, awesome. All right, so I'm going to give you the tea, okay? So this is me before I had the tea. So this is me in October of 2011, y'all. I had just co-founded a startup. We raised almost $100,000 in venture capital. It was me and 2 other women of color. We were not scared. We ain't never scared. We went out there, we raised money. We got press. We were in TechCrunch, Forbes, publications were calling us the next MTV, right? We got accepted into an accelerator program. So we moved to New York and we thought we were big and bad. We were doing things. But guess what? After all that wild ride, after 2 years, we had no customers, no revenue, and no hope. Okay. So this was me moving back in with my mom in my hoodie in her small apartment in Redondo Beach. Holla at anybody in LA. So this is me in my mom's small apartment in Redondo Beach, getting paid about $250 per month for freelancing. Okay. So one day, my friend Monique Johnson, I will love this woman to death. I'm actually going to see her this week. I'm staying with her this week. We're going to catch up. She sent me this video of Brendon Burchard. All right. How many of y'all familiar with Brendon Burchard? Now, this was my first time learning about this underground world where you could take your expertise, your knowledge, your unique set of experiences and package them into a product, right? Into paid speaking engagements, into an ebook, an online course. And my mind was blown. I remember staying up until 3 a.m., 4 a.m., watching video after video after video, filling my notebook with notes, right? I was fascinated. And then she sent me a video of Marie Forleo, right? And when I saw Marie, I knew I wanted to be a brand, right? How many of y'all have ever felt like you wanted to be a brand, right? You're like, that is what I want to do. And here's why. I learned that I absolutely love taking my experience and breaking it down into engaging and, stuff for the people, right? Engaging pieces of content that people can understand, right? How do I take Kylie Jenner and make it relevant for marketing, right? That's what I love doing. So I knew that I wanted to be a brand. I wanted to reach and teach people all over the world with my message. So I became obsessed, right? I became obsessed with this notion of an online course. How do I take my expertise and package it into an online course? So I began reading all the blogs. I went on people's webinars. I did everything I could to learn about this. And then I did the thing that I had dreamed about doing for months, and I launched my first course. And it was a complete and utter flop. All right. So like I said, I did hashtag all the right things, except they were hashtag all the wrong things. I, went out and found affiliates. I built my email list to hundreds of people. I did webinars, and I ended up with 0 sales after all that. And this is when I learned a very important fact. There's a difference between having tactics and having tact. All right. Let me say that again. There's a difference between having tactics and having tact. And I learned that I lacked the tact. So I was in this position where I could either keep going on this road, trying to figure this out on my own, or I could join a team who could teach me. And so that's when I reached out to the fine folks at Udemy, and I created my dream role for myself. So luckily, after that course flop, I was able to run a course and get a couple sales. And I took that knowledge and expertise and I went to Udemy. And when I was at Udemy, I was there for almost 3 years. And my role was to help our experts launch their courses successfully, right? So I worked with a kids yoga teacher who had no email list, and I helped her do a $10,000 launch in her first 30 days. Then I did it again with a designer who had a YouTube channel. He had no email list, and we did over $10,000 in his first 30 days of launching his course. And then I worked with a business influencer, and we did the same thing. And then I worked with a computer science guy who had a Spanish speaking course, and he was trying to raise money for his family. And we did $35,000, right? So during my time at Udemy, I would talk to dozens of experts every week, be on the phone with them, coaching them through their course launch. And the one thing I took away was it don't matter. You don't have to be teaching a course on business or tech or making money online to build a huge course business. So the kids yoga teacher I told you about, she has a multiple 6-figure business today teaching kids yoga. I also worked with a singer and helped her with her launch. Fast forward to today, that singer just did a $140,000 launch, and she's doing multiple six figures in her business, teaching singing, y'all. So I don't ever want to hear you say, oh, I don't teach business, I don't teach tech. It don't matter. I have worked with all kinds of people and helped them see success. All right. So that's what I did at Udemy. Now, while I was at Udemy, I caught the eye of other people because guess what? I was creating courses. And when you create courses, you are seen as the expert in your niche. So I was recruited to this up and coming beauty startup. It was a hot startup in Silicon Valley. It was funded by all the big names. So this was me getting promoted as director of marketing. I thought I was hot-ish. I was like, yes, moving on up, right? And it was great. And I did a lot of the same things I did at Udemy. I taught beauty professionals how to grow their businesses and brands online. I showed them how to grow their audiences from scratch and grow their businesses online. So it was amazing. I created more courses at this company as well. But after about 7 months, I was in for a sour surprise when I was unexpectedly laid off. So they laid off about a third of the company, and I was a part of that. So this is me on Halloween. 2 weeks before I was laid off. I dressed up for Halloween. I dressed up as when life hands you lemons. All right. So this is me dressed up as life, handing some lemons. And little did I know, 2 weeks later, life handed me some sour lemons when I was unexpectedly laid off. And so here I was again faced with this decision. Do I go back out? I could easily go back out and get another director of marketing role at a startup. Or do I try to do my own thing again? But y'all saw when I tried to do my own thing before. I was in the hoodie at my mom's house, right? Living in her small apartment. So the universe made its mind up for me, okay? So here's what happened. In the first 30 days of being laid off, I made over $10,000 and I booked over $35,000 in client revenue. Now, the reason this was possible was because I had courses, right? I had created these online courses, okay? And then 6 months later, I launched my first course under my own personal brand and made almost 20K. Now, mind you, this was with no email list, no social media following, and no blog. All right. So I wasn't out here in these streets as an established brand. I didn't have a popping website. I had nothing, y'all. And I did $19,300 for this launch. All right. During that same time, I worked with clients. So I helped Tara on the left. She works in tech. I helped her do a $70,000 launch. And Anna, she does health and wellness on the right. I helped her do a $12,000 launch. All right. And it showed me again that there is no limit. It doesn't matter if you're building your audience from scratch. It doesn't matter what your category is. It is still possible to make this a big business. Okay. But then the unthinkable happened, right? So then I did a $40,000 course launch and I discovered something. I have made $25,000 in 1 month from my Instagram followers without any paid ads. And after only posting 1 to 2 times per month on my account. Y'all, I'm not on Instagram all day, posting all day, every day. I was posting 1 to 2 times per month and I still got these results, okay? So here's what I wanna talk to you about today. How did I go from a mom's house to these consistent 5-figure months and profitable course launches, all right? So give me an amen if you're ready. Let's go, y'all. Give me an amen in the chat. I love it. Belinda says this is so encouraging. Leslie says, wow, I love it. All right, y'all. So give me an amen if you are ready to learn how I made $25,000 in 1 month from my online courses using Instagram after only posting 1 to 2 times per month. Brittany's ready. Kelly, Jasmine, Maria, Dawn, Erica, Lakeisha says, hallelujah. I love it. Dominique, Bree, Tammy. All right, y'all. So here's what we're going to cover. Secret number 1 is how to create a premium offer for IG, okay? Even if it's your first digital product, okay? The next thing we're going to talk about is how to grow by 50 quality followers per day without doing it for the gram 24/7. Okay. And then secret number 3 is how to attract your MVPs on Instagram. When I say MVPs, I mean your most valuable payers. How do you attract your most valuable payers on Instagram? And these are people who will spend between $500 and $3,000 or more for your program and services. All right. All right, y'all. Are you ready to secure the bag? Tell me if you are ready to secure the bag, because we're about to draw a straight line from you to the cash. That's what I'm all about, okay? So secret number 1, how to create a premium offer for IG, even if it's your first digital product. So we got to start here, because if you come to me and you say, hey, Danielle, how did you make over $25,000 in 1 month from Instagram? Guess what? I had something premium to sell on Instagram. All right. So before you get into any of the fancy stuff, you got to have something to sell. So the first thing we're going to talk about is how to create a premium offer for Instagram, even if it's your first digital product. Okay. So how many of y'all have a premium product or service that you're already marketing on Instagram? All right. Let me know. Let me know in the chat. Okay. So I want to show you the premium course that I created. Okay. So this was the course. It was called Course from Scratch, and the price point was $19.97. Now, one thing I want you to notice is that it is a premium price point. All right. This was my first product under my own personal brand. But listen, hashtag I ain't never scared, y'all. I was confident in my offer. I knew I could get transformational results for my students. So guess what? I wasn't out here just tippy-toeing, okay? Pussyfooting around. $19.97. That was the initial offer, okay? So this was the premium course, right? So here's the thing. Most people think that you can't charge $500 or more for your first online course because it's your first one. But here's what happens when you think that. You diminish your demand and you miss out on building a valuable brand. All right, bars, diminish your demand, miss out on building a valuable brand. All right, you with me? So here's what I want you to remember. People will pay you however much you think you're worth. Let me say that again. People will pay you however much you think you're worth. All right, you ever heard this quote? Whether you think you can or think you can't, you're right. Well, let me remix it for you. Whether you think you're worth $100 or $1,000, you're right. Okay? Whether you think you're worth $100 or $1,000, you're right. Okay? So the secret is you can price your first course at $500 or more if you just price it at $500 or more. You see how simple that is? Like, that's it. Okay? So instead of, oh, I'm creating a course, but I don't know how to price it, it becomes, I'm creating a $500 course or a $1,000 course. What should it include? See the difference? Okay? You've drawn a line in the sand and you're asking yourself, what would a $1,000 course include? Okay? So let's look at the actual premium course I created. So when you are creating your premium offer, here's what I want you to remember. This is all you need. You don't need to go out and hire a video team and get all crazy with the graphics. We ain't doing that. I invented the MVC, the minimum viable course, okay? So how many of y'all familiar with the MVP? Carmen says dropping gems. I love it. Jasmine says actually working backwards. Yes. So an MVP, right? Eric Ries is a dude who works in startups, and he created this concept called the MVP, which is the minimum viable product. And it's essentially the rough draft of your product that you put out into the market to get a sense of, does this actually deliver value to our customers, and will they actually pay us for it? Okay. So I invented the MVC, the minimum viable course. This is the ugly rough draft version of your course, y'all. This is the very first version of your course. Okay. These are the only 4 things that you need in your MVC. The first thing is your big promise, okay? So my big promise was, in Course from Scratch, you're gonna learn how to create and launch your online course profitably in 60 days, okay? That's the big promise. So what you wanna do is ask yourself, what is my big promise, okay? So what is your big promise to your audience? What are you going to help them achieve, okay? So that's your big promise. After you have your big promise, then you need to come up with the milestones. So what are the 3 to 5 major milestones that your audience needs to meet to get to that big promise, okay? So an example of some milestones inside Course from Scratch would have been, you're gonna learn how to position your course to be priced at $500 or more. You will build your email list of 250 MVPs, most valuable payers. You will enroll at least 5 people at $500 or more within 60 days. So see how clear those milestones are? A milestone is measurable. Remember that. It is specific and measurable, okay? So you're going to come up with your 3 to 5 major milestones that you're going to help your customer achieve. And then you're going to come up with your methodology. I love me some methodologies. So this is your unique framework, okay? It's your recipe for success. So you're going to ask yourself, how was I able to get to this achievement? Okay, what were the steps that I took, right? So for instance, my methodology is the MVC method, right? The minimum viable course method, right? I say, you do not need to go out and record all these crazy videos and hire a video team and design all these crazy slides. Create an MVC, right? That's my methodology. There's also Maslow's hierarchy of needs, Stephen Covey's, 7 habits of highly effective people. Those are all methodologies. And guess what? You only need one framework or methodology to build a 6, 7, or 8, or 9-figure business, y'all. Just one framework. Nas said all you need is one mic. I say all you need is one framework, okay? So that's the methodology. So you're just gonna come up with your steps for success. And then the last piece of your MVC is coaching. So you're gonna offer live coaching so that you can get direct feedback from your customers to make sure they're actually getting results. And guess what? When you give that live coaching, you can help guarantee their success, all right? So these are the 4 elements of your first premium offer, okay? Now, I hope you notice that this is something you can create tomorrow, okay? You could get going with this tomorrow. Okay, here is an example of an MVC. So this is actually the most transformational program I've ever taken, and it was offered by a quote unquote beginner. Okay, so I'm calling Sylvia here a beginner because yeah, she was an expert. She is amazing. Health and wellness is her jam. And I paid her $500 for her program, even though it was the first time she was offering it. Okay. So again, even though it's the first time you're offering your program, you can still charge premium dollars. Now, what she did is she had no pre-recorded content. So she was able to create all of her course content in just one day. And here's why. She would show up live like this on Google Hangout once a week, and she would do a live group coaching session. And she would teach for the first 20 minutes, and then she would answer questions. And we would have a live dialogue, and then she would give us homework. That was it. Okay. So this is your MVC. This is the simplest version of an online course, y'all. All right. So here's why you are able to actually launch this, even though it's your first one, and you can still charge $500 or more for these reasons. The first thing is scarcity. So you can tell people, hey, I'm only working with 5 individuals in the month of March, and I'm going to help those individuals, start their bakeries. Okay. Right. So there's scarcity. The second thing is you're going to give them personal attention. So you're going to be showing up in these live sessions, and they're going to get lots of personal attention from you and customized feedback. That is worth a lot. And you're going to have a personal stake in your students' success and have way more influence over how well they do. So guess what? By the end of your MVC, you're going to have 5 to 10 amazing testimonials. Okay. So when you are ready to relaunch this, then you'll have all these testimonials that really, really help you shine. Okay. So this is what an MVC looks like. All right. So let me know, are you feeling this? Is this making sense to you? Do you see how simple your minimum viable course could be? Right. And simple yet transformational. Okay. And Maria says, does this work for anything? Absolutely. It works for language. Yes, absolutely. All right. All right, y'all. So Dominique says yes. We got Talia, Latanya, Jasmine. Awesome. Awesome. Heather. All right. So let's do a recap. So how did I make over $25,000 in 1 month from Instagram? Well, I had a MVC, a minimum viable course, right? In the ugly rough draft live version of my course to market on Instagram. So before you can make the dollars, you need an offer. Okay. So your first step is going to be this MVC. And remember, these are the only 4 elements you need in your MVC: big promise, milestones, methodology, and coaching. Okay. And that's it. And you can absolutely charge $500 or more. And remember that people will pay you however much you think you're worth. So whether you think you're worth $100 or $1,000, you are right. Okay. All right, y'all. So that is secret number 1. First thing you're going to do is create a MVC to sell on IG for $500, even if it's your first digital product. Okay. All right. Kai says teach. Jay says yes. Okay. So I want to show you someone who did this. Everything I share is not theory, y'all. I've done it, and my clients, my people have done it too. So this is Mandela, and she created an MVC for her Instagram audience. Okay. So when she announced her MVC, she did $7,000 in sales in that first week. And over the next 2 months, she booked over $20,000 in course sales. Now, here is what the amazing part is. When she did those $7,000 in sales, she had no pre-recorded content. No pre-recorded content. She did a live version of her course. So she pre-sold, okay? And that's a concept I talk a lot about. You pre-sell it, so you are getting paid to create the content, okay? All right, so this is actually a real thing. This is possible. And Mandela was just an amazing case study because she kept launching and just growing by doing this MVC, okay? And keeping it simple. All right, y'all, so that's secret number 1. That is your MVC. That's what you're going to do first. And all of you guys asking, will it work for this? Will it work for that? Absolutely. As I shared, I worked with a singer. I worked with a designer, a jewelry maker, software developer, all kinds of people. And I've seen all of them, kids yoga teacher, create multiple six-figure businesses. So yes, okay? You are only limited by the limits you put on yourself. So don't put a limit on yourself by saying, oh, this isn't gonna work for me because I do X. Yes, it will. I've seen it work and it's gonna work. All right, so the next secret, how to grow. So now that you've got your MBC, you've got your offer, now how do you grow by 50 quality followers per day, okay? Without doing it for the gram 24/7, okay? So let me know if this is you. Give me a hashtag guilty in the chat, okay? Give me a hashtag guilty in the chat if any of these are you. So most people think that you need to post on Instagram 1 to 2 times per day in order to grow your account, okay? Des, this is live. Welcome. Hello. You must be late. All right. So give me a hashtag guilty if this is you. Okay. Or most people think your IG grid has to look like the Sistine Chapel just to get people to follow you back. I got Karen, Don, Tamiko, Fiona, Carmen, Mama Louise, Ludmila says yes, right? So we out here thinking like your IG grid has to look like the Sistine Chapel. It's got to be popping geometry and shading and all kinds of crazy stuff just to get people to follow you back, right? Or it has to look like Beyonce, right? We act like Beyonce doesn't have 50 people just dedicated to her Instagram account, right? And we're out here putting pressure on ourselves like our IG grid has to be popping, okay? Or most people think another thing, let me know if you're guilty of this one, that you need some level of fame to grow to 10K or more followers. So you look at people with 10K or more followers and you're like, oh, he must be on a reality show, or oh, she must be an artist, she must be a rapper, or oh, he must be married to somebody famous, a famous politician or artist or something, right? So you think you need some level of fame to grow to 10K or more followers, okay? Now look, here's what happens when you believe these things. You spend all this time creating and planning the perfect IG posts, but then you're only still getting like 23 likes per post. You ever do that? You spend like a whole afternoon and you're like, oh yeah, this about to pop off. I got the right shading. It's going to look great next to the other photo. And you upload it and then it's like, boom, your mom, your dog, and your dad are the ones who are still liking it. And you're like, damn, I'm still only getting like 23 likes per post, right? Or you do the most for the gram. Okay, so this is me doing the most for the gram. So real talk, we had a trip to Dubai and I was like, listen, I'm about to be stunting in Dubai. They don't know they ain't ready. So I literally paid to rent these dresses. Okay, so I rented these dresses. I stood on the balcony and my boyfriend at the time, he's now my fiance, he was like, what are you doing? And I was like, shh. I was like, listen, take the camera, get some shots of me. I'm gonna do the over the shoulder look. Make sure you get all this back right here. Okay. I'm gonna put the hat on. Make sure you don't get the lighting in my face. I was out here taking photos on this balcony, doing the most for the gram. Okay. Now here's what happened. I was hoping for this to blow up, right? I was like, I'm gonna do these photos. I'm about to get hella likes. Now the photo on the right did get to 300 likes, which back then was a lot of likes for me. I was like, woo, 300, I made it. My stuff went viral, right? But guess what? I saw no difference in my business, no difference in my bottom line, right? So don't be like me. Don't be out here stunting for the gram, taking these trips, okay? So another thing I see people do is you spend 2 hours per day manually liking and commenting random strangers' photos, hoping they'll follow you back. I had a friend who runs a big company and she used to do this. And I was like, girl, you are a big deal. What are you doing with your life? Okay. So here is the key, guys. Here's what most people don't realize. It's not about how often you post. It's about how many of the right people see your posts. Okay. So it's not about how often, it's not about the frequency. It's about how many of the right people see your posts. That's more important, okay? So here's what I wanna share with you. The secret is you can get 50 new quality followers per day if you set up automation. Now, I was able to grow my account through a few different tactics. I used automation, social media takeovers, some paid traffic, right? So I did some campaigns. So I used a few different strategies. We only have time today for me to cover one. I chose to cover automation because this has single-handedly been the biggest return on my time. I have invested very little time, and I'll explain to you what I mean by that, and gotten crazy results. So that's why I wanted to share this specific one with you, okay? So what has been possible with me, okay? 18,000 new followers in 1 year, $25,000 in sales in 1 month, and that was just 1 month. Since then, I've done $40,000, $85,000 in 1 month, right? And all of these happened because of automation. Targeted quality leads that engage with me on and off IG. So I showed you guys earlier all those comments that I got that were from real people who were really asking and engaged about what I did. And they show up in person, right? So I spoke at the Black and Brown Founders Conference in Philly, and I had people DMing me saying, hey, Danielle, I just got a ticket. I can't wait to see you speak. And I was like, oh my God, people who follow me are actually spending hundreds of dollars to see me in person and to meet me, right? And I actually have people reaching out to me saying, I want to work for you for free. Here's my resume. Here's what I can do for you. I have ideas for you. Let's work, right? All of this happened because of the reach that I had now at my fingertips, okay? And one perk that I did not even expect is that a national company paid me, actually I have to update that, they actually paid me $900 for one sponsored post. The beauty was I just used photos I already had. I didn't even have to take any new photos. All I had to do was write a little caption and I put up my photos and that was it, $900, right? And so that would not have been possible without automation. So what do I mean, right? Because automation can mean a lot of different things. So you may be thinking, is it hard to set up, right? So you tell me, okay? So here is what it looks like to set this up. And I'll show you the exact platform that I use. So it takes about 15 minutes. You put in your information, you put in 10 to 15 target accounts. So you're gonna come up with a list of accounts that have your perfect customers in them. And you're gonna say, these are the accounts I want you to engage with on my behalf, okay? So it takes 10 to 15 minutes to set up and that's it, boom. I have not touched this since I first set it up, okay? And it's been, a year and a half now, and it's still just been steadily growing and I have not touched it. So there's only one Instagram automation platform. And when I say automation, I use that term because it means I don't have to touch it. But in reality, this company has people. So it actually has humans who are working for you like an agency. So that's why I have never gotten shadow banned. Nothing funky has happened with my account because I have humans who are located in the US engaging on my behalf. All right. It's not, there's nobody in Czechoslovakia or wherever, random, some country that is kind of off the map and far from where I am. Nope. They are right in California working, engaging on my behalf. Okay. So Pop Social is the only platform I've seen that is this simple and hands-off without the expensive agency price tag. And so I have a code for you guys at the end of this presentation. Just remind me, I have a code for you at the end of this presentation so that you can try Pop Social for yourself. All right. So I want to recap for y'all. Again, it is not about how often you post. It's about how many of the right people see your posts. Okay. And so the way I was able to get a lot more of the right people to see my posts was by using Pop Social, right? By partnering with an organization that has people who are engaging on my behalf, okay? And remember, you don't need to post on IG 1 to 2 times per day to grow your account. Y'all, legit, go look at my account. I post 1 to 2 times per month on average, okay? I think I was a little more active in December, January because of the holidays and I got engaged, all that stuff, the personal stuff was happening. Normally 1 to 2 times per month on average. Okay, so remember, you don't need to post 1 to 2 times per day to grow your account. You don't need to perfect the grid and have it look like the Sistine Chapel or Beyonce just to get people to follow you. And you don't need a level of fame to gain followers. Okay, so don't be out posing on balconies in Dubai like I did. Use Pop Social, okay, or whatever. If you have a different platform that you like, use that. But I have seen and had success, no downside whatsoever with Pop Social. Use Pop Social. This is the simple platform that I use, okay? So that is secret number 2. Okay, so grow by 50 quality followers per day by using automation, okay? And again, I showed y'all, I have some amazing high quality comments. If you look at any of my comments, I don't have bots like, awesome, looks great. Nope, I have none of those on my account because I have real people engaging on my behalf. So this right here is my best kept secret that I'm sharing with y'all, okay? So I want to show you someone else who has used it. 'Cause like I said, this is not just theory and I'm not the only one getting results. So I want to introduce you to Tara Reed. So Tara is the founder of Apps Without Code. So she grew her IG, which is Apps Without Code, from 0. She started it from 0. She grew it to 20K Instagram followers in 1 year, and she made over $100,000 from her course in that year. Now she's made well over that. She's probably up about 200 by now. So this worked for her. So Pop Social worked for her just the same. We set up the same system, or she set up the same system, and it's gotten her the same results with her course. And a little icing on the cake that I want to share with you guys, her journey started with an MVC. Remember I told y'all Mandela did her MVC, minimum viable course? Tara started with an MVC too. So when she did the first version of her course, she did a live group coaching version of her course. And guess what? She made $10,000 when she did that, okay? And it was her first course under that category ever, okay? So this is what's possible, y'all, when you combine the strategies that we're talking about today, okay? All right, y'all. So those are the first two secrets. All right, so here's the final one, how to attract. Because we got your MVC, you've got your minimum viable course, you got your premium offer, right? We went over that. Now you know how to grow your IG account, right? So now, how do you make sure that you are attracting MVPs, most valuable payers on Instagram, okay? And again, when I say MVPs, I mean people who will spend $500 to $3,000 for your program, okay? How do you attract these people, okay? So give me another hashtag guilty if this is you, okay? Most people think, because I know I used to think this, most people think that people on IG don't spend premium dollars. All they're spending money on is Fashion Nova or Flat Tummy Tea or waist trainers, okay? Let me know if that's you. I know that was definitely me, okay? All right, so look, here's what happens. Lakeisha says guilty. All right, I know there's more of y'all who are guilty. Y'all just not saying anything. It's fine. All right, we got Kelly, Nicole. She says, yep, Carmen, Tammy. So look, here's what happens when you believe that. You treat your Instagram like it's just for family and friends. And here's what it looks like. You have posts like this all day, every day, okay? You only post food or outfit of the day or travel photos. Now listen, when you post these kinds of posts without the wrong strategy behind it, you will attract the wrong kind of followers and customers, okay? So you end up chasing likes instead of attracting buyers. All right, that's what me in that rented dress on the balcony in Dubai, guess what I was doing? Chasing likes. And I got those likes, but I definitely didn't get any buyers, okay? And remember, likes don't buy, customers buy, okay? Getting paid, in my honest opinion and humble opinion, is so much better than getting popular, okay? I'd rather be monetizing than getting likes, okay? So here is the secret, what I want to break down for you right now. You can attract your MVPs, your most valuable payers, on IG if you post what I call tasty content. All right, so I'm gonna show you what I mean by tasty content because ain't nobody doing this, okay? So when I say tasty content, here's what I mean. It has at least one of these tasty principles. So it teaches your audience something. It gives them action steps. It solves an urgent pain point. It transforms them from who they are to who they want to be, or it transforms them from point A where they are to point B where they want to be, or it addresses their deeper why, okay? So this is what I mean when I say tasty content. This is what we need to be putting more of on our IG, okay? So I'm gonna show you a few real life examples because y'all should know by now I'm not just about the theory. I'm gonna show you what it looks like in these internet streets. So these are actual posts from my account. So the first kind of post is a behind the scenes post. So if you look on the left, these are the tasty principles. And so in this post, we're going to be teaching. Okay. So this post is going to be teaching us something. So it is behind the scenes. So this is where you're going to show behind the scenes in your business. And you're going to be vulnerable. Okay. So it says introducing my first video ad for Facebook and Instagram. Scroll to the right to see. One of my friends pointed this out. As entrepreneurs, the first time we execute something, it's pretty shitty. But the second time we execute, it's a 10x improvement. So my goal is to make the first version as fast as possible because the faster I'll get to the better version. So cheers to that. Let's go. What rough draft are you committing to getting out into the world this week? Mine was this video. Tell me yours. So see how I'm teaching them this concept of, okay, in entrepreneurship, you want to shoot, aim, then I don't know how it goes, y'all. What is it? Shoot, then aim, then fire, or fire, aim, shoot, whatever it is. But you want to get it out there, right? Get the first ugly rough draft out into the world, and then you iterate, okay? Don't try to make it perfect. Done is better than perfect. So I'm teaching a lesson in entrepreneurship, okay? But I'm also being vulnerable, and I'm showing them, you guys, there's no music. This is not fancy editing. This is just the first ugly rough draft version of my video ad, and I'm just showing y'all behind the scenes, okay? So what I want you to do, thank you, Shani, shoot, aim, fire. All right. So what I want you to do is ask yourself, what is a piece of content where I can illuminate behind the scenes in my brand, right? And what I'm working on. How can you be vulnerable to your audience and show them the cracks in the armor so that they can relate to you. Okay. So that's the first piece of tasty content, but at the same time, be teaching them something at the same time. Okay. Leave it tasty. All right. So the second kind of tasty content is you're going to address customer objections. All right. So anytime somebody's like, yeah, but okay, that's what we're going to address here. So let's look at the tasty principles on the left. So we are going to solve an urgent pain point, and we're going to address their deeper why. Okay. So here's what I did. I put a little, message on there, and I was like, do you need help creating and launching your online course? I was straight up calling people out. Okay. Because I don't play. And here's what I opened it up with. I don't have enough time to make this happen. When I have no clue about the tech needed for this. Oh, how do I guarantee it gets traction? What if it flops? Is this you talking yourself out of your blessings? I roll. Okay. So see how I called out their customer objections. So what I'm doing is I'm showing them that I know you have these urgent pain points and I'm going to help you solve it. Because after I did this, I then invited them to a masterclass. Okay. So what you can do is you can call out your customer objections. Okay. So you can just call them out and figure out what are your customers' pain points. Okay. And you're going to show them that you can solve these pain points. Now, I guarantee that none of your competitors are doing this. You will have a leg up over all your competitors, okay? Now, it's also addressing their deeper why because, what if it doesn't get traction? Like, what if it flops, right? That's hinting that you want to be big. Like, you want to play a bigger game, but you're doubting yourself. And I'm here to tell you that stops right here, okay? I'm going to show you how to guarantee that it's a success, okay? So that's how you address solving their urgent pain point and addressing their why. So I want you to do as homework is think about what are those main customer objections that you hear, okay? And how can you illuminate them and be like, I see you over there, but listen, I got something for you, okay? I'm gonna solve this pain point, okay? So that is the second type of tasty content, okay? All right, I love it. Shawnee is feeling it. Kelly says, oh my God, this is amazing. Awesome. Thank y'all. Thank y'all. All right, so this next one, you are going to celebrate your wins. In other words, flex on them. And when I say flex on them, I do not mean what I was trying to do in Dubai. Definitely not that, okay? So when we look on the left, these are the tasty principles. We're going to transform them from where they are to where they want to be, and we're going to address their deeper why, okay? So the beginning of my post was like, walking into the week like, I am my own boss, check. I'm 100% in control of how much money I make this month, check. I get paid to create dope content, check. Okay. So what I did is I showed them the point B, right? So I showed them what it looks like to be transformed from point A where they are, right? So my customers are maybe still working full-time jobs, or maybe they are their own boss, but they are a slave to their business, right? Because they feel like they're overworked, working all these long hours, and that they're not 100% in control of how much money they're making. So what I'm doing here is I'm showing them this is what it looks like on the other side, okay? And an extra layer is the photo is from a time when I was on vacation. Meanwhile, sales were coming in from my online course, right? So there's like an extra layer in there. And I think I shared it in the caption, okay? So what I want you to do is think about what is a win, what does the point B look like for you and for your clients? What are your customers aiming to achieve, okay? All right? And that's what you want to illuminate here and just show them what that looks like, okay? All right, y'all, you feeling it? Oh, Rosalind says this is the best class I've enjoyed. Oh, you guys are amazing. Carrie says I love it. Deanna says love it. Belinda says great. Lavelle says yes. Kendall says I needed this. Hazel, thank you. Joanne, good stuff. Mama Louise, I love it. Mama Louise says yes. All right. So let's do a recap. So remember, y'all, likes don't buy, customers do, though. And getting paid is so much better than getting popular. And remember that these kind of posts, all right, the majestic ocean scenery, the ocean sea breeze that we thought was popping actually isn't, okay? So your food, outfit of the day, and travel photos, if not done in the right way with tasty principles, right, is going to attract the wrong followers and prospects, okay? Okay. So remember to post tasty content that attracts your MVPs, your most valuable payers. So remember to have your content address one of these tasty principles. Okay. And you're going to be standing out with like 99% of your competition. Okay. So that is secret number 3. Create tasty content to attract your MVPs. All right. On Instagram. So these are people who will spend $500 to $3,000 or more for your program. Okay. So I want to show you again, real life in these streets, someone who's done this. So I want to show you Tamara. So Tamara made over $2,000 in 60 days, and she in addition, got more service leads and inquiries than ever before. So she, in addition to launching her course, she also works with brands. And so she got more leads and inquiries through her IG than ever before when she started posting tasty content, okay? And so Tamara, the reason I'm sharing this, because if you guys notice, Mandela made $20,000, right, in 60 days. Tara made $100,000 in a year. So you may be like, well, why are you sharing Tamara with us if she did, $2,000? Well, she did more than 2,000 because she had her brand leads. But you may be like, well, why are you sharing her story? I wanted to show you Tamara because guess what? She achieved these results with only 2,300 Instagram followers. Okay, 2,300. Do you know that if you started Pop Social today, or whatever, if you want to use something else, do whatever you want. But if you use something that got you 50 quality followers per day, it would only take you 6 weeks to get to 2,300 followers and potentially make your first $2,000 from your MBC and probably more, right? Because Tamara made more from brand partnerships, okay? So think about that. If you got started today, right, you could be right here doing this or more, right? So is this helpful for y'all? All right, Riches is excellent. I know y'all have been kind of like checking in already, but give me another yes if this has been helpful for you. I want to hear it. And let me know, did you learn how I made $25,000 in 1 month from my online courses using Instagram when I was only posting 1 to 2 times per month? Crystal, Carmen, Brielle, Joanna. Okay. All right. And remember, these were the secrets that we talked about, right? This is how I broke it down. I told you, here's how I did it. You create an MVC that you can price at $500 or more that you can market on IG, even if it's your first digital product. Okay. That's the first thing. The second thing is use automation software. Make your life easier to grow your IG. And remember, the software I use has real people behind it engaging on my behalf. That's why I've never been shadow banned or penalized. Y'all can look at my engagement. It's popping, it's thriving. We thriving, y'all. Okay. So secret number 2, use the, Pop Social to grow your IG by 50 target followers per day, even if you only post to IG once to twice per month. And secret number 3, create tasty content to convert your MVPs, most valuable payers, on IG to subscribe and buy. All right. That is secret number 3. So here's what I want to ask you. What if you set this up to make your first $2,000 in the next 60 days like Tamara, or your next $20,000 like Mandela, or your next $10,000 like Tara? Okay. What if you created an MVC, set up the software, and created the tasty content? Would that make a difference for you? Right? Like with that, think about that. If you did these 3 things, okay? And what if I helped you, right? So I told you the third thing I was going to do was share how you can work alongside me to launch your MVC and make sure that you actually get sales and have a profitable and ongoing launch with your Instagram. Okay. So if you want to hear how I want to help you, type yes. Y'all are already saying yes and absolutely. I love it. Sheila, Julie, Kai, Vanessa, Isaiah. All right. So let me know if you want to hear the clear roadmap and accountability for creating your $500 or more offer, putting your IG growth machine on autopilot like I've done, and being profitable in 60 days. Okay. How about working with a course creation and launch expert who has helped, like I told you, a kid's yoga teacher with no email list make $10,000 in her first 30 days. Would you want to learn how? Deanna, Jill, Thomas, Leslie, Carmen, Libby, Dominique, Deanna. All right. And finally, and most importantly, my favorite, would you want to learn how to build a WFA, work from anywhere business and life, to get paid to create dope content and work with dream clients without having thousands of followers first? I told y'all when I did my 20K launch, how many email subscribers I have? 0. No email list. Nobody knew who I was online. Okay. Would you want my help? And I'm getting a lot of yeses, rising star. So here's how we can work together. Now I have changed course from scratch. It's a little different from what I shared earlier in the presentation. It is like 10 times to the extreme better. Okay. So I want to show you guys how exactly this works now. All right. So this is my live program where I help you create your MVC to market on Instagram profitably in 60 days without needing the thousands of followers in the parades first. Okay. So it is all about helping you launch your MVC as swiftly as possible and helping you price your course at $500 or $1,000 or more and attracting the right clients and students, your MVPs, most valuable payers, without growing to thousands of followers first or becoming a content factory. Okay. So I'll show you what's inside. So part 1 is the actual course. So I do have step-by-step video lessons. I am super literal and detailed. As y'all could probably see from my presentation today, I like to leave 0 guesses, right? I like to show you step-by-step how to get it done. So you get my exact scripts and templates so that you do not have to reinvent the wheel. You are just left to be your creative and fantastic self, okay? And invent your framework and your methodology, but I give you the step-by-step on how to do the rest. So this is what we do together. You will decide your profitable course topic. So for those of you who are unsure about what your course topic would be, we do that in week 1, okay? We're gonna cover that. And I show you how exactly to look at 5 different areas and help you narrow it down and position it as a premium topic. Then we work on building your audience. So we get into who your perfect customer profiles are, and I show you how to go from 0 to 250 real quick with your email list of MVPs. And then we work on creating that unique framework. So like I told you, I want to see y'all out here like Stephen Covey with his 7 habits of highly effective people, or Maslow's hierarchy of needs. I want you to have your unique framework so that you can build your 6, 7, 8, 9-figure empire off of it, okay? And then we're going to create your tasty course title and content, and then we're going to sell. Listen, our motto in Course from Scratch is hashtag butts in seats, y'all. Butts in seats, okay? So what we're going to do is pre-sell your course. Everything I talked about today, you're going to do. Now, this is a rough schedule, but guess what? We have people in the program that get 4 pre-sales within 2 weeks. You know, that was Tamara. We've got Titi Layo, who does $5,000 in sales in her first 4 days of joining Course from Scratch. So you absolutely can move at your own pace. If you out here like Speedy Gonzalez and you move it fast, then you can move fast. That's part 1. Part 2 is the community, okay? So this is really valuable. This community is lit. It is popping. They are posting all the time, supporting each other. What do y'all think of my tasty post? Here's the response I got when I got on the phone with people. What do you guys think? You're going to be connected to experts around and creators around the country, and they hold each other accountable. So we have accountability circles in this group. Okay, it's amazing. And part 3 is the coaching. So I don't just drop you in Course from Scratch and be like, bye, girl, bye, good luck. Bye, Felicia. No. I'm actually here live coaching with you. So almost every week we do live coaching sessions just like this, where you can ask me questions and I will respond and give you my honest, y'all see I'm honest, right? So I continue giving my honest, unadulterated opinion. So you get access to me as your business coach as you're launching your MVC. Now I want to show you a few case studies of some of the people I referred to. So the first one is Jamie Brody. So this is the kids yoga teacher I was referring to. So again, remember, she came to me, no email list, and we did we added 100 people to her course wait list, and we did $10,000 in course sales in her first 30 days for kids yoga, okay? So the thing I want to point out again, don't worry. I don't want your question to be, but what about if, I've had a couple of you guys ask, well, does it work for this? Does it work for that? Yes. Think about Jamie and kids yoga. I don't care what it is. In Course from Scratch, you learn how to find your market and how to speak to that market and how to position your offer in a premium way. All right. So that's what I want you to keep in mind. So the next case study I want to show you is Ashley Joy. So Ashley was able to come in and she built her email list to 570 subscribers, but more importantly, she did $4,500 in course sales in 60 days. Now, Ashley is amazing because she had just resigned from her job as a communications director. And so she was kind of like, like, is this actually going to work? Is my husband going to be giving me a side eye? Like, girl, what you doing quitting your job? But she came in and killed it. And not only was she able to make $4,500 from her course sales, but she also got paid speaking engagements. And guess what? She created a framework, her unique methodology, her framework. She created that in Course from Scratch. She used that same framework to land these speaking engagements. So the great thing about the program is you can take your framework and you can use it for other parts of your business to continue growing. Okay? I ain't mad at you. And y'all have heard a little bit about Tara. Now, what I want to highlight about Tara, we did a $70,000 launch in 60 days. But the awesome thing is $40,000 of those sales were pre-sales, okay? We talk a lot about pre-sales in the program. So that means she did not have a lick of pre-recorded content. Okay. When she did $40,000 in sales, she did not have a lick of pre-recorded content. She did not lock herself in a cave and be like, oh, I got to create this perfect course and hire a video team. She got out there. She found her market, spoke to them, pre-sold it, and that way she was getting paid to create it while she was coaching them. Okay, you feel me? So that's what's possible. And finally, and then we've got Tamara again. So the thing I want to highlight about Tamara again is that if you start today, right, with this program, in 6 weeks, you will have the same amount of followers that she does, right? But the great thing about Tamara is she also created assets. So in Course from Scratch, we really focus on creating assets, launch assets that you can use over and over and over again. So it's not just one and done. You're going to use those same assets to relaunch your same course over and over and over again without reinventing the wheel. All right. Y'all should know by now, I'm a business minimalist. I draw a straight line from me to the cash. Okay. And the final case study I want to show you is Anna. Okay. So Anna is the founder of the Homemade Method. And when she came to me, she wanted to price her course at $100. And I was like, listen, you have way too many testimonials. And I tried to, twist her arm. The most she did was $300. That's fine. But we did $12,000 in her first 60 days. Now, the thing is, she did $12K for her first launch. 3 months later, she took the same launch assets and launched again and did $20,000. So when we first started working together, she had just had her daughter, Ellie, in the photo, and she was stressed out because she was working like 15-hour days and everything. And when they got pregnant, they knew we cannot continue this. So she said, Danielle, I need this to work. And we got it to work fabulously. So she just returned from Australia. She was in Australia for about 6 weeks. And while she was in Australia, she was relaunching her course, able to spend time with her family. So now she's able to work from anywhere, right? She's living the dream and spend all this time with her daughter. Okay. So listen, if you are here right now, this program is for you. If you're here right now, it is not an accident. It's because you are driven to grow your brand. You're driven to grow your business, and you know what time it is. Okay. You know what time it is. It is time to level up, glow up, and get it popping. Okay. So that's why you're here. So I'm going to review what you're getting in Course from Scratch, and then I'm going to tell you how to join me and everything that I have to offer, okay? So the first thing that you're getting is Course from Scratch. So you're getting all the scripts and the templates and the plug and play methods. So ain't no guesswork needed. But here's what I want to do. Let me know if you are also on Team No Excuses. Hashtag Team No Excuses, because I'm on Team No Excuses. I know that y'all love to come up with excuses. And you're like, oh, but the tech, Danielle, the tech is so difficult. I don't know if I could do this right now. Nope. That's why I'm giving you Teachable for free, okay? So I have this deal with them, and I can give my students 3 months free of Teachable, okay? So when you are ready to upload your course to a platform, this is the easy course hosting platform I use. So because you're gonna have free immediate access to it, you can have your course set up in the afternoon. You don't have to Google or beg your techie best friend or post desperately in Facebook groups. I even had somebody pay a team of developers over $20,000 to develop a custom course platform. And I was like, bruh. And he was like, I know, I wish I met you 6 months ago, because F my life right now, okay? So I don't want you to have any of those excuses or run into those problems. I'm gonna give you this for 3 months for free. So here's what you're getting today when you join me today. You're getting full access, lifetime access to Course from Scratch, and that includes the course, the community, and my coaching, and you're getting 3 months free of Teachable, okay? But that ain't it, y'all. Another one that I hear is, that's cool, Danielle, but I need to scale this. Like, I need to develop a repeatable system, okay? So this is the repeatable system, webinars, okay? So I want to give you Webinar from Scratch. This is the system that I have used. So you're going to get the exact webinar slides and sequences that made me over $80,000. I actually need to update this. You're going to get the slides that made me, made me $167,000 in 2 weeks. How would you like those slides? You're going to get those slides, okay? This is going to be the key to you in scaling your business. And this is what you get when you join me today, okay? So webinars are one of the best ways to sell your courses. If you only sell over email, the email conversion rates are between 1% to 3%. Webinars can convert as high as 30%. I've even done as high as 33%. So I want to give this to you so you don't have to spend time Googling, buying another webinar training course or anything like that, or thinking you have to hire a designer to make the slides all special. Nope. You're going to get my slides that you can plug and play, and you don't have to worry about making it all fancy or anything crazy, okay? So here's what you're getting when you join today. You're getting full access to Course from Scratch. You're getting 3 months free of Teachable, and you're getting access to Webinar from Scratch. Okay? Is that good? But there is another thing that I hear. Y'all be getting in your own way, talking about, I don't have a following. I don't have an audience. How do I build my list? All right, fine. So here's what I'm doing. I want to give you the 7-day email list builder. Okay. So this is going to take you from 0 to 250 real quick. All right. Over and over. I have way more testimonials of people in the program who followed this, and they got well over 250 subscribers in 7 days. Okay. So here's what I want you to think. Imagine building your email list from 0 to hundreds of people who are interested in learning from you in just 7 days. That's what this 7-day email list builder helps you do. Okay. That's what's going to be possible. Because again, team, no excuses. Okay. So again, here's what you're getting. Course from Scratch, the course, the community, and the coaching. You're getting 3 months free of Teachable, and you're getting Webinar from Scratch. And you're also getting the 7-day email list builder because team, no excuses. Now the total value of all of this, and I love it, Rukama is like team, no excuses. Ludmila is like team, no excuses, right? So the total value of all of this is almost $9,000, okay? If you were to buy all of this separately, it would be almost $9,000. Here's what I want you to just meditate on for a second, okay? Meditate. If Course from Scratch helped you, imagine if that is going to help you create a $500 or $1,000 offer in just 1 day. I show you how to create your course content in just 1 day. Imagine if it helps you build your audience of the right people on autopilot. I told y'all I set up my Pop Social. I didn't touch that thing in the last year and a half, right? So I'm going to help you build your audience of the right people on autopilot so you can continue growing your sales month over month. Imagine getting daily access to me as your business coach so you can ask someone who's been there, done that, right? Without needing a pimped out website. You don't need to spend thousands on your website to make it pretty. You don't need to post on IG daily, and you don't need thousands of followers first, okay? Right? So all of this, think about that. That's worth a lot, right? That's worth a lot. So here's what I want to do today. If you go to my site, Course from Scratch is now $39.97. The results people are getting inside, I'm going to show you guys some more of those results in a second, are insane. People are making crazy $14K in 7 days, $1,500 in 7 days, $5,000 in 8 days. The results are crazy, okay? So that's why I have no shame that when you go, if you go to my Teachable page, it is $39.97, but I'm giving you 50% off right now. Now, I'm going to show you in a second that there is a difference when you pay in full. Hey, y'all, what's up? Let me just write this really fast for you guys so you can actually go and get it really quickly. But I am going to show you there is a pay in full incentive. So I want to show you guys that. And let's get back to the slides. All right. And actually, let me do one more thing while I'm here. To make it a little bit easier for you guys, let me change this, remove this, and add this little sticky message. So in a second, I'll show you, if you are ready to join me today, what you're going to get when you pay in full. I have some more goodies for you, and I'm going to share some more case studies so you guys can see this thing IRL in real life. Okay. All right. So let's get back to the show. Okay. So today, you can get this for 50% off or 6 payments of $394. Okay, so I'm going to show you the difference between payment plan and if you are able to pay in full, what you can get. This does come with a guarantee. So I feel very, very confidently about Course from Scratch, right? So if you join Course from Scratch, watch all the lessons, participate in the Q&A calls, complete and document the action steps, you will launch your MVC profitably in 60 days or your money back. All right, that is our guarantee. So when you enroll right now, and it doesn't matter what you enroll in, you are going to get the Likes Don't Buy guide. So this is the blueprint I created that shows you how I grew my Instagram to 18,000 followers in 1 year and did $25,000 in 1 month. Okay. So today I was only able to share a little bit. Jessica, yes, you get lifetime access. You do. Eugene, the coaching is at least 8 weeks. I say at least because currently people have lifetime access to the coaching. So I have people who have launched their course a couple times now and they still come on to the coaching because I haven't cut anybody off. So at the moment, you could slide in real quick. Okay. So I'll get to your questions in just a moment. I want to get through the offers, and that way people can think about it, and then I'll answer your questions. Okay. So here's what is inside the Likes Don't Buy guide. So I'm going to go into how to optimize your Instagram bio. So much happens with the bio. They say it goes down in the DMs, but I'm like, listen, a lot goes down in the bio because people neglect that. So I'm going to show you how to optimize it so you can turn visitors into followers and followers into leads. Okay. The next thing is, today I only had time to talk about automation, right? But in the guide, we go over these other audience amplifiers that you can use to grow your account. So social media takeovers, shout out for shout out, group giveaways, and sponsored posts, okay? So there are other ways to grow your account, and I go over it in the guide. And there are also additional examples of tasty content. I was only able to show you a fraction of it, but I have way more templates inside this guide. And again, plug and play templates that you can use on your account to turn those followers into buyers. And I also break down a sample sales funnel. So I show you my actual sales funnel that I take a follower on Instagram, how I take them from a follower to a lead to a sale. So I show you that exact funnel so that you can set it up for yourself as well. Okay. So you're going to get the Likes Don't Buy guide. That is only available when you join by the end of this broadcast today. So whether you do payment plan or pay in full, you're going to get that. Now, here's what I want to show you when you pay in full. So when you pay in full, you're also going to get a live session with me. So on this live session, we are going to set up the exact system that helped me do what we talked about today. So we're going to do this together. We're going to set up your Instagram marketing machine that you can leave on autopilot. We're going to also create tasty content. Okay. So we're going to implement the same system that, as I showed you, Tara, this is a system that she set up, and in 1 year, she went from 0 to 20K followers and over $100,000 in sales, okay? So on this session, what we're gonna do is research your perfect customer profile. So we're gonna figure out who are your people, what are their target accounts. We're gonna set them up into Pop Social, and that way you know that you're targeting the right people. I have seen time and time again, people will put accounts in there that are just the wrong accounts, and it's a waste of money, and they're not seeing the same results as I am because they didn't go in and actually research perfect customer profile. So I want to do that with you and make sure you have that set up. We're going to set that up for you. So you're going to be growing on autopilot. Then we're going to focus on your account. So with my feedback, we're going to optimize your IG bio. We are going to create 4 pieces of tasty content. So we're going to take what we did today and actually create pieces of content that speaks to your customer so that when you got these new followers coming from Pop Social, they're going to want to convert, okay? And then we're going to optimize your IG bio and actually set up your sales funnel. So you're going to have a sales funnel set up, all right, so that you can actually convert people, okay? So all this is happening on the live session, and I want to show you guys what's possible on this live session. Daria is a hair and makeup artist, and she said she was blown away by, her first post. What happened is she got 600 likes, 140 comments, and 30 course leads. 30 course leads. This was with only 2,000 followers, y'all. She only had 2,000 followers, and she had 30 course leads. And this was all just because of this live session with me, okay? The next one is Chastity. She's an author and illustrator. So within 1 week, she gained over 150 followers. In 3 days, 150 followers. And in 1 week, she had a client who purchased her $1,200 course package, all right? Because of this live session, y'all. This is what's possible, okay? So if you are ready to pay in full, you will get that live session. Oh my goodness, I have people joining already. We got Lady Boss International in the building. Welcome, welcome, welcome. All right. So this is what is, and if you want to share in the chat, and sorry, to clarify, when you guys go to that page, you will see that PayPal is there. You can only enroll through PayPal if you are paying in full, okay? So if you are doing a payment plan, you have to go through the page. Do not do a payment plan through PayPal. I will refund your money and you will not get let into the program. We can only accept full payments. Okay. So use the page first. And if you must use PayPal, then use it. But it's really reserved for people who cannot use their card. Okay. So make sure you check with me in the chat, check with me first before you use PayPal. Nobody else use PayPal. Because it's only for select people, okay? So just make sure you go through the regular page. But super excited to have you, Lady Boss. If you want to share why you joined, I would love to hear what made you join, okay? So I want to do a quick review and then get to your questions. Here's again what you're getting. You're getting full access to the course, the coaching, and the community. 3 months free of Teachable. You're getting webinar from scratch. So you have the exact template, right? You're getting the 7-day email list builder, the Likes Don't Buy guide, and the live session with me. All right. So that is everything you're getting when you pay in full. But there is one more thing I want to give you, and I promise this is the final surprise bonus. Now, if you've ever wondered what it looks like behind a $100,000 course launch, you're going to get to see it, okay? So you're going to get the exact launch timeline, emails, ads, and strategies from my $167,639 launch, okay? So I'm going to show you what it looks like to have your launch timeline. Look, what a six-figure launch timeline looks like. You're going to get the exact emails I sent out, the exact emails. So the email subjects, the email copy, and how those emails performed. You're going to get the actual ads that I ran on Facebook and Instagram. So you'll see the actual images and copy and a breakdown of what worked and what didn't. Okay. Hey, we got D Givery in the building. What's up? All right. So I want to show you this 100K course launch breakdown because it means you don't have to research. You don't have to search for a copywriter, no hiring an expensive Facebook ads manager, no guessing about how to scale, and no paying for more training. Okay. So when you pay in full, you're going to get all of this. When you join today, you're also going to get the 100K course launch breakdown. Okay. Normally it's reserved for the people who pay in full, but I want to also give it to people who join today. All right, y'all. So that's everything you're getting. So I'm going to get to your questions right now. So remember, you can get started today for $394. And when you do that, you're going to get access to the Likes Don't Buy guide, right? So the guide on how to grow your IG and get to those sales and set up your sales funnel. And you're going to get the 100K course launch breakdown. But when you pay in full, you're going to get this live session with me so I can actually create the tasty content with you and set up your marketing funnel so you are ready to go. Okay? All right, y'all. So, Tennille, I'll get to these questions. So Tennille says, how is this possible if you work a full-time job? Oh, absolutely possible. So I would say we might have about 50% of the people in Course from Scratch who work full-time jobs. So one example is Titi Layo. She has 2-year-old twins at home. She works a full-time job and she's working she does consulting on the side. And she is the one who came into the course. She followed everything we said. And within 4 days booked $5,000 in sales. And then by the end of the 60 days, she had 7 students enrolled at $700 each. Okay. And that was on top of the $5,000. So we have people all the time. Like I said, I think about half of the people in our program, frankly, maybe even more, to be honest with you, work full-time jobs and have kids and are living their best lives. The way I designed the program is, again, straight line from you to the cash. Okay. Straight line from you to the cash. So what that means is I show you how to do the bare minimum to get the biggest results. All right. I love it. Naomi says, I'm doing this. I can't wait to see you. Yeah, Trisha. So Trisha, can you do me a favor since you asked if you want to write this down for me in the chat? It is CFS. So CFS stands for Course from Scratch, but it's all caps. So CFS 48. Okay. CFS 48 is the code for Pop Social. Pop Social is $50 per month, $50 per month. With the code, you get your first month for $20 off. And they have a 3-day free trial. Okay, so you can do three days for free. All right, thank you, Jasmine. All right, and Deanna, I think I just answered your question. Okay, let me scroll back to make sure I didn't miss anyone, and then I will come back up. All right, so Jennifer says, how many followers do I need to be an influencer paid to post on IG? Totally varies, Jennifer. So I see people who have 5K followers, and it depends on how much you want to be paid. So I'll be real with you. I have a friend who has 20,000 followers, right? And almost every one of her posts are sponsored posts. So I was like, this girl must be rolling in dough. So when I caught up with her at a birthday party, I was like, girl, how much are you doing? Like, what's the deal? She was like, oh no, I'm not making that much money. She's like, it's a hassle trying to do this whole influencer thing. It's a hassle. And the reason is, and she has 20,000 followers, right? And it's a hassle. And it's because she has to put herself on these marketplaces. And when she puts herself in these marketplaces, then all these other people are competing to get the lowest dollar amount. So she ends up getting a lot of in-kind sponsorship where they just give her free product, but she doesn't get paid very much. So yeah, so I'll just say, Jennifer, I'm not a big proponent of the whole influencer route. I would much rather get paid for my expertise from day one, whether I have 100 followers or 1,000 followers. I'm going to be making money because I'm, getting paid for my skills, right? And my expertise. And I don't need to wait until I have thousands of followers. And that's really what, Course from Scratch is built around. Heather says, if we already have an offering, can we choose what we get? Yeah, so Heather, you're getting all of the bonuses. So, and they're bonuses, right? They're extra. So, I mean, you're already getting all of, the course from scratch, the course, the community, and the coaching. So yeah, the Teachable, the webinar from scratch, 7-day email list builder, those are all bonuses. So yeah, so you'll get all of those. All right. And I answered Eugene's question about how long the coaching lasts. And then let's see, Talia says, how would you say your service compares to Infusionsoft? Do you feel like both complement one another? So Infusionsoft is more of an email service provider, right? So Infusionsoft is more about managing your email. Okay. So, yeah, so that's completely different. So Infusionsoft is in the realm of MailChimp on steroids, right? Or ConvertKit on steroids. Yeah. And then Course from Scratch is really focusing on helping you create and launch your course. So Infusionsoft would be the software that you would use to manage your email and your marketing. All right. Rakama says, this is awesome. Thank you so much. And Roberta says, can I take a snippet from my book and blog and post on Instagram? Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Roberta, yeah, we went over the tasty content. So if you can make it tasty, girl, make it tasty. Yeah, absolutely. All right. And Adrian, will it work for an artist and painter? Absolutely. I have an artist who is a painter. Is he a painter or does he do sketches? I don't remember if he does sketches. He may do sketches. But yeah, we have an artist in right now, and he is creating a course to mentor other artists. So absolutely, for those of you who are wondering, is this for me? Like, can I do this if I'm doing X, Y, Z? The answer is absolutely. And I shared some responses with you, because what you're going to focus on is who your PCPs are, your perfect customer profiles, right? So you're going to get very specific about who is that person that I can help, right? Who's that person that I can help? What is keeping them up at night? Okay. And what can I do to fill the gap? And so when you can identify that, it doesn't matter what niche you're in, what category. The name of the game is figuring out who is your perfect customer and what pain points do they have. Okay. All right. So absolutely, you can do it as an artist and painter. You would just have to get very specific about who your perfect customer profile is. And we do that in the first module of the course. So the first module is dedicated to figuring out who your customers are. And when we figure out who your customers are, that's when you learn how to position your messaging to speak to them. All right. Michelle says, what's the price in CAD dollars? Yeah, you would have to look that up. So Michelle, I would just Google it and be like USD versus CAD, because I'm actually not sure. Eugene, is there a way to send this webinar to a friend who needs your services? Yeah, absolutely. I'm going to send out a replay tonight, so you can definitely send them the replay. And all right, Dee says, I don't have a personal IG. I have a hair page. Can I market from there? Yeah, absolutely. So we have people in the program who have started business accounts on IG, right? They've got business accounts. And when you have a business account, all you're going to do is make sure that you're still creating tasty content. So that's the name of the game, right? So I have actually one person in our program. She does, I have a few actually, several who are in the hair industry. One, a couple are salon owners. A couple are just like celebrity hairstylists. One is like a Grammy Award winning hairstylist, but the one I'm thinking of, she does in-person workshops, and she also has a monthly membership, right? So she used Course from Scratch to help her create that program. And then she is now doing it in person. And also she has a $200 per month monthly membership. And so she's using her IG, which is definitely focused on her hair work, right? The coloring. She's a colorist. She's a color specialist. So she focuses on that. I have another one who does crochet braiding. She has a very unique crochet braiding methodology that she teaches. That's her special thing. And so she uses her IG in the same way. So absolutely. Nadia says, when posting tasty content on IG, do hashtags play a part? They don't hurt. I'll be honest. If you look at my posts, my most recent posts, I don't use hashtags, and it's still gotten really great engagement because I think, the posts were tasty. So yeah, if you have researched the hashtags, I would absolutely recommend using hashtags, especially the niche ones where you can rank for them, because that will increase the likelihood of you landing on the Discover page, right? And people finding you organically. So yeah, that can absolutely help. All right. And Dan, I answered your question about it being a paid service. All right. Anybody else have questions about the about the program. All right. And okay, cool. So what I want to do is just make sure that we get through any questions. And so one thing I want you to think about, why did you come here today, right? So there's a reason you came here today. You came because you wanted to learn. You saw this girl's ad or wherever you saw me, like, all right, there's this girl who made 25K in just 1 month from Instagram. Okay. I want to learn how to do that, right? So you came here today because you want to level up. You want to glow up in your business. You want to figure out, how can I take this expertise, right? This brand I've been building, and package it in a way where it's actually scalable and predictable, right? At this point in my business, like I said, I have 100% control over how much I'm making every month, right? It's predictable, it's scalable. So you may be here today because you wanted the same thing, right? So I want you to just get back in touch with why you came here today, because you have this opportunity in front of you to join someone, align yourself with someone who has helped a kid's yoga teacher, a jewelry maker, a designer, right? Hairstylists, makeup artists, establish programs that position them as leaders, thought leaders, premium brands in their niches, and are building audiences around it, okay? And you have this opportunity to join me in Course from Scratch. And remember, when you pay in full, you get that live session with me where we're actually going to sit down, look at your business, create those pieces of tasty content, right? And you're also going to get the 100K launch breakdown. So you're going to see behind the scenes of my over $100,000 course launch. So guess what? You can get there faster than I did, right? When you have a blueprint, you can get there even faster. So just check in with yourself. And if this is something you want to do, don't wait, act on it, because you're getting that likes don't buy guide, right? You're getting the course, the 100K course launch breakdown, and you're getting that live session with me. Okay. So just check in with yourself, because here's what happened when I said yes, right? So when I took that leap, I went full in. This is what it looked like. Like, here's when I realized I got the WFA, work from anywhere life, and it became a reality, right? So I had launched my course before, but this is my first time launching when I was away from home on vacation. And I had this is an actual screenshot of my inbox, and I had these notifications coming into my inbox while I was sipping frosé, which I don't recommend. Frosé is actually quite nasty, y'all, has a lot of sugar, but frozen rosé sounded like a good time, a good idea at the time. So sipping frosé, brunching on the beach, looking at street art with my friends, and this is happening. And I remember that moment looking at my phone like, oh my gosh, this is happening, and sharing it with my boyfriend at the time, and like being just like, it was unreal. Okay. So this is what's possible when you say yes, right? And I want to show you someone else. Does anybody know Zim from Travel Noir? Zim from Travel Noir, or Travel Noir in general? I have known Zim since Travel Noir was still an idea. And for those of you who aren't familiar, it is one of the largest travel sites. It's the biggest destination for Black travel online. And in my opinion, they really they really shape the narrative around Black travel. Like, they really shape the narrative. And so since meeting her, when I met her, Travel Noir was just an idea. We would meet up at a co-working, at a cafe, and we would co-work. And I would be like, girl, you better move that email opt-in above the folds. And I helped them do their first launch. And one thing I noticed about Zim is she has recognized over the years the difference between investing in assets and liabilities, right? And so I've watched her invest in these assets. And as a result, like today, she sells everything from a $29 per month membership all the way up to $3,000 products, okay? And she built the business in a couple years where she's got, I think they probably have 400,000 followers on Instagram now, and that's a main driver of their business. And her company was acquired. It was recently acquired, right? So just killing it. So one thing about her is I watched her over the years invest in a few different types of assets, right? So she would invest in software that would make her life easier, right? She would invest in training and coaching and masterminds and mentoring, right? Those were like the three biggest things I would see her investing in, and every time see her leveling up, right? And so what I want you to do is ask yourself, like, is this your opportunity to invest and level up, right? Think about what's possible when you do that. All right. So, all right, let's see. So we've got I just want to make sure I am answering your questions. Okay, Fiona says it says 5 days before 50%. Yes, so the bonuses that I presented today will disappear after today. So if you want the likes don't buy guide and the 100K course launch breakdown, you won't be able to get those after today. But yeah, you can get the 50% off for 5 days. Exactly. All right. Katinas, I'm doing this, just waiting for my husband to get home. Awesome. Can't make moves without a conversation. I love it. I love you making it happen. Crystal says, how does this work for creating a course as a fitness professional? Most people feel the need to be present with a personal trainer to ensure proper form, immediate feedback. There's so much free technique training out there on YouTube. Yes. Yeah. So, Crystal, so here's the thing. What you want to do is you want to, instead of, a lot of people make the mistake of thinking about it from the perspective of the topic instead of the perspective of the customer and the person, right? So what you're going to do, instead of saying, okay, I'm going to be teaching a course on fitness, okay, or on weightlifting or whatever it might be, you're going to say, who do I want to help? And you're going to pinpoint a real life person. So you're going to say, I want to help, Meredith. Meredith is 28 years old. She is, high achiever, works full time, mid-level manager. Maybe she's like at a director level, doing really well in her career, and doesn't really have a ton of time to work out, but she wants to like really level up, and she needs more energy, right? So what you're going to do is you're going to look at Meredith's needs and create a program around those needs. Okay. And what's going to happen is you're going to create a more comprehensive program that doesn't look like any other program on the market. Because instead of just teaching weightlifting or, fitness, you're going to be teaching, let's say, reset, like health reset, right? Or energy reset, how to leverage weightlifting, nutrition, and home workouts so you can have more energy, be more productive, and achieve more in your life. Okay. So do you see how that's a much different program than something that's maybe just like a fitness or weightlifting program? Okay. Because you're starting with the individual, and that kind of program is not the type of program that you would see on YouTube, right? For free, like not at all. All right. So that's how I would think about it, Crystal. Let me know if that was helpful. Tennille says, what if you don't have content yet? Oh yeah, most of the people in the program do not have content. All you need is your expertise, right? So whatever you're an expert at, you just need your expertise. All right, that's what you need. Because what you're going to learn is, and there's something we covered. So this is kind of related, but we talk about, what if you don't know your course topic and you need some content? So a few things that are going to help you develop your content, Kendall. The first thing is going to be the 5-star course topic. So we're going to examine 5 different areas, and it's going to help you define what your topic is going to be, but also what your niche is going to be. So this section helps you narrow your niche, okay, and position it as a premium topic. Then you're going to do these perfect customer profile interviews. So you're actually going to get on the phone, and I give you scripts to get on the phone with prospects, and you just shoot the breeze with them. And you ask them, hey, what's your biggest challenge with this, right? What are some things you've tried in the past that haven't worked? Okay, so you're going to shoot the breeze with them. You're going to pick their brain and find out what they need help with, what language they're using, okay? And from there, then you're going to look at yourself and do what I call your brag bank exercise, okay? So kind of like your master resume, you're going to do a brag bank exercise, and you're going to go through and you're going to uncover what I call your culture ad. So this is your unique expertise that makes you a competitive advantage, all right? So you're going to uncover that, and then you're going to develop your fancy framework. And I show you, it's one of my favorite lessons, how to create your own fancy framework based on what you learned from interviewing your customers and creating your brag bank. Okay. So we do a lot. We basically do all the content creation inside the program. So yeah, you're not at a disadvantage at all. Most of the people don't have existing content or blogs or anything like that. Okay. Okay. Awesome. Trisha. Sherry says, can you explain more about how the pre-sale works? Absolutely. Hey, Order by Design. Welcome to Course from Scratch, paid in full. I don't know what your first name is, but Order by Design, if you want to share in the chat what made you join. I cannot wait to do the live session with you, and let me know what you're teaching. I would love to know what you're teaching and what made you join. Really look forward to working with you. All right. So the pre-sale. So Cherry, when you are pre-selling something, all it means is you don't have the product yet. So you are selling the product before it's even built. Okay. So in Course from Scratch, we talked about the MVC today, the minimum viable course. You are not going to have any pre-recorded content, no videos, no built slides, like nothing like that. You're not going to have anything like that. You're just going to have an MVC canvas. So once you join the program, you get the MVC canvas. It is your minimum viable course canvas. So it's just a one-sheeter. Once you fill that in, once you fill the MVC canvas in, you are ready to start selling your course. Okay. So that's how, Tamara did 4 pre-sales of her course in 2 weeks, right? TTLIO did the $5,000 in 4 days. It was because they didn't have any of the content created. They just pre-sold it. Okay. So hopefully that makes sense. Sherry says, will this work for credit restoration services? Absolutely. We have someone in the program. Let me think. I don't know if they're exactly doing credit restoration services for their program, but I'm pretty sure that's part of their background. But yeah, Sherry, same thing. So what you're going to do is you're going to identify what is the pain point, right? Who is your perfect customer profile? Are you going after the middle-aged person who maybe is, he has had maybe filed for bankruptcy before, or maybe you're going for the 30-year-old who has college debt, right? So you're going to determine who are you going after, and then you're going to figure out, okay, well, if I'm going after, Jimmy, who's got the college debt, what are Jimmy's main pain points? And what is his point A, where he is right now? And what is his point B, where he wants to be? And what is the bridge that I can create to help him get there? Okay. So absolutely works for credit restoration services. Kim says, I've done Marie Forleo's B School. What sets you apart from her course, if you know? Yeah, so I actually took B School in 2012. So super familiar with the program. And my best friend actually works there for her. So she's really close to the program as well. Yeah, so major difference is in B School, the curriculum is all about first, you kind of learn what your business is going to be. Then you work on creating your branding and your website. You create a lead magnet. You set that up. And then I believe, start learning about, I don't even know if she talks about funnels. Yeah, but I just remember like a lot of it in the beginning. Oh, and you do your customer avatars. You do your ICA. So you will learn about your customer avatars. But the difference is that in Course from Scratch, we turn it on its head. So instead of starting with, oh, let's like build out your brand and your website, like, I'm not about that. What I focus on in my philosophy is drawing a straight line from you to the cash. So it's all about figuring out who is your customer, what is the content you need to create to connect with them, and how can you get them to say yes? That's it. 3 C's: customers, content, conversions. In that order. Okay. So we like get down to business in Course from Scratch, which is, it's much different from a lot of other programs, because we do that. And so what I want you to actually learn is there is what I call the brand ascension pyramid. So at the base of this brand ascension pyramid, you've got hobbyist. Okay. So you start out as a hobbyist, and your goal as a hobbyist is to, I'll show you. Okay. The different levels are hobbyist, professional, influencer, brand. Okay. Hobbyist. As a hobbyist, your goal is to get results. Okay. So if you're a hobbyist photographer, then you want to get results. You want to have a portfolio, right? Doing free work so that you can show it and be like, all right, I'm getting results. I know what I'm doing, right? So after you do that and you get results, then you can graduate from hobbyist to professional. So now at the professional level, that's when you need to design an offer, right? You've gotten results. Now you need to design an offer, and you need to figure out, well, who is my customer? Who's my most valuable payer? And what's the offer I need to give them so I can get paid? Okay. So as a professional, your goal is to get money. Okay. So once you get money as a professional and you've got your offer humming along, then you graduate to influencer. And as an influencer, that's when you can create all the content and get all crazy and get the press, because your goal as an influencer is to get recognition. Okay. Now, the reason you wait until you're an influencer to get recognition is because guess what? If you don't have an offer and you're out here trying to get recognition and you don't have an offer, where are all those people going? Right? Like, you're getting press and everything. And I've had friends before, they get all this press and I'm like, oh, how's your business? And they're like, girl, I ain't got no sale. Because I don't have any sales because they haven't set up their back office, right? So that's why we don't start with the website. I just had my very first professionally designed website happen like 2 weeks ago. And I've been in these internet streets for like several years now. And I have always had a janky website I built myself. Why? Because I am focused on monetization. So if you're focused on building a business and on the monetization, then you will go in that order. Okay. You got hobbyist, you get results, professional, you get money. Okay. And by the way, that's where we are right now. So Course from Scratch is at the professional level. We're helping you create an offer and find your most valuable payers so that you can get your money. And once you get your money, then you can graduate to the influencer phase. And once you're at the influencer phase, that's when you could get fancy and do the cute little website and you could do like the sponsored posts and the press and et cetera, et cetera. Okay. And then after you get recognition, then you become a brand. And as a brand, your goal is to get scale. Okay. And you want to be consistent as a brand and get scale. All right. So that's a huge difference. I think with Marie, they kind of start with maybe the recognition. Whereas in Course from Scratch, we start from the offer. What is your offer so that you could start selling and monetizing from day one? There's also no information in B School about courses, online courses in particular. All right. All right. So hopefully that answers your question, Kim. And yeah, I would love to have you in the program, Kim. I would absolutely love to have you in the program. So Mary, I'm a hairstylist. Hey, Tania, welcome, welcome, welcome. Super excited to have you. Would love to know why you, why you joined. Paid in full. What up? Welcome. Cannot wait to do that that session with you. All right. Yeah. So if you want to share why you joined, I would love to hear. And sorry, y'all, I'm being slow on the questions, trying to make my way up to the top. All right. So Mary says, I'm a hairstylist that specializes in sew-and weaves and wigs. In about 2 weeks, I'm launching my online hair business. Offhand, what do you think would be my big promise? Are you talking about your big promise for your course or for your business? Yeah. So yeah, I mean, Mary, you would have to tell me. So to give you an example of what a big promise is, and I'll actually, it's okay. So a big promise is this. I help experts, influencers, and speakers create and launch their online course profitably in 60 days so they can stand out in their niche, work with dream clients, and build a WFA, work from anywhere business. Okay, that's an example of a big promise. So to break that down for you guys, it's two pieces, who I help. So I help experts, influencers, and speakers, right? So that's who I help. And then there are two pieces of what I help them with. The first piece is what they quote unquote ask Google, right? So the things they're Googling. So I help them create and launch their online course profitably in 60 days. That's what they're asking Google. And then the second piece of that is what they're quote unquote asking God. Okay. And all that means is what's keeping them up at night. So the things keeping them up at night is, how do I stand out in my niche? Like, how do I get paid to create dope content, right? So what I say is, well, I help you create and launch your online course so you can stand out in your niche, work with dream clients, and build a WFA, work from anywhere business, okay? So for you, your big promise is going to consist of those components. Who you help, what are they Googling, and what are they asking God, okay? Or what's keeping them up at night, okay? So that's going to be your big promise. All right, Brittany, I'm a travel agent. Will this work for me? Yeah, so I actually have someone who is the travel agent in the program right now. And she just had her session, her live session today, because she paid in full. And what she does is she is going to be working with women and helping them. Her program is called Push to Start. So she's going to be helping women get out of their own way. And that really ties into her role as a travel agent, because she wants to help more women, book their dream travel destinations, right? Book their dream vacations. And a big part of that is getting out of your own way and pushing start, right? Push to start. So absolutely, Brittany, for you, same thing. It would be identify who's your perfect customer profile, where are they now, where do they want to be, and what can you teach them to get to where they want to be. And a lot of times the indoctrination you're going to do and the teaching you're going to do, you're going to actually show them the light and say, you know what, if you book this trip right here, it's going to be you taking action on this new mindset that I've taught you about. Okay. So to break this down, this should be helpful for a lot of you. when you're thinking about your course, your content, your curriculum, use the acronym CAR. So CAR, CAR. So the C is for concepts. So what concepts are you going to teach people that they need to understand? The A is for action. So once they understand those concepts, what action are they going to take? And then the R is for results. What results are they going to get after they take that action? All right. So think about that, Brittany. Think about it in the context of that. All right. Monique says, I love what you have to offer. Awesome. My hindrance is I purchased a course or two before and I'm feeling a little hesitant. Yours seems legit. Help. Yeah, absolutely. So I will actually share with you straight from someone in the course who's in a similar situation, right? So this is Dorian, and she calls herself a course junkie. So Dorian, here's a direct quote from her. So I'm a course junkie. I've enrolled in over 10 courses in 10 years. Before Course from Scratch, I made $800 with the launch of my course. I've launched twice since completing Course from Scratch, and my latest launch was almost $5,000. I'm getting ready to launch again, and I'm on target to double that last figure. This course is simply A1. Danielle actually cares about the students, and it's literally the first Facebook group I've ever been active in. So just to give you this, and there's another woman, Lynn, in the group who also shared the same sentiment. She was like, I just bought a couple programs. I haven't done anything. And they were actually from big names too. They were from, I was like, oh, okay, cool. But she was like, nope, they did not do it for me. And so what I will say is one of the big things, Monique, is that in Course from Scratch, you get direct access to me. With a lot of other programs out there, you don't necessarily get direct access to whoever's leading it, right? So in Course from Scratch, you've got the built-in coaching. So we've got the weekly coaching that we do. You have the built-in accountability in the group. So I have people forming accountability circles so you can team up with people to help hold each other accountable. And I focus on, I wish I could show y'all, but when you join, you get a success checklist. So on that checklist, you can put in what dates you're going to be doing everything, and you can check everything off, and you clearly see what the milestones are that you're working towards, and you can reward yourself for those milestones. So everything you do inside the course is very methodical to make sure that you're going step by step by step and actually taking action. And like I said, within the first 2 weeks, you get scripts to start pre-selling your course. Okay. So I'm all about taking action. So I don't know about the other programs you've taken, but in Course from Scratch, it's all about taking action. That's why things like this are possible, right? So this is Nikayla from Side Hustle Pro. So within 7 days, right, she used the MVC method and she made 14K, almost 15K. And one of the things she mentions is that it taught her to cut out all the fluff, right? I've seen other programs out there because I've worked in online courses for so long. I've seen a lot of other programs, and there does tend to be a lot of fluff. There tends to be, there's this whole narrative that annoys me right now in our industry about the importance of building an email list, right? Everybody's talking about it, list building, list building, list building. And I'm like, okay, but how about we monetize that list, right? So I actually just got off the phone with my bookkeeper, and he works with a lot of other businesses that are, multiple 6- and 7-figure businesses who are also selling courses and things. And so I shared my numbers with him, and he was like, wait, what? And he was like, you made that much from a list that small? Like, how is that possible, right? And the reason is I'm all about monetizing from day one. And so I pass that on to you guys. So I'm not going to be out here telling you, okay, you need to grow your list to 10,000 people first before you sell anything. Or you need to be posting. You need to be consistent, right? You need to post every day, once a day on Instagram in order to see anything happen in your business, right? All that is BS to me. All that is BS. It ain't happening. It ain't happening. So yeah, so that's one huge difference in Course from Scratch. I really like cut the fat, and I'm like, straight line from you to the cash, okay? And the proof is in the pudding. Here are a few others who, again, all of these I think got results in under 7 days. So the first one was Sharonda. She did $1,500, and she was only at the beginning of module 1, because again, in module 1, you get the scripts to start pre-selling your course, right? So that was Sharonda. And Sharonda, she doesn't have any followers on Instagram. Like, she was just getting started. Dawn, she, within a week of joining the course, she enrolled one client at $397, right? Because what she learned in Course from Scratch helped her increase the prices of her offerings. And she was able to enroll a client at almost $400 within 1 week of joining the course. Okay. And then Titi Layo, as I shared with you earlier, she's a mom of twin 2-year-olds, has a full-time job, and is building this business. And she booked $5,000 within 4 days of joining. And in those 60 days, she did 7 students at $700 each. So I'm really all about focusing on getting you results, which does not involve sitting around trying to, build a bloated email list that never gives you anything in return, or, posting on social media every day. So anyway, so that's kind of how I operate. All right. Brielle says, will we get a copy of the slides? No, but I will send out a replay. Okay. Kiana, can this work for a mom lifestyle blogger? Yeah. So you guys are so funny. Still asking, can this work for this? Can this work for this? Absolutely. Like what you'll learn in Course from Scratch is the most important thing are the 3 C's. Okay. So if you are a lifestyle blogger for moms, then what you're going to do is you're going to identify the 3 C's: customers, content, conversions. So who are my customers, right? Who are my MVPs, most valuable payers? Who are they? What are their needs? What are their pain points? What's their point A and what's their point B, right? Because you're going to be the bridge. So who is that? Secondly, what can you create to soothe their pain point, their pain, right? So what can you create? What can you offer to soothe their pain? And then how can you connect with them so you can convert them on that offer, right? So that's what we cover in Course from Scratch. Like, you really learn how to get to know your customers, and figure out what their pain is and connect with them in a valuable way with, like what we did today, tasty content, and get them to actually convert. So that's the kind of work you would do, Kiana, that would absolutely help with your business. Michelle says, I'm thinking about my course option and would like to take your course, but I need to think of the what first. Would you offer this pricing to people attending today? When you say you need to think of the what, do you mean the topic? Because we cover the what. So yeah, so just so you know, the very first week of Course from Scratch, you are going to get guidance on looking at 5 different areas. I call it the 5-star course topic. So there are 5 different areas that you want to look at when you are determining the topic for you. Okay. So I was in what I call course purgatory. So I grew up Catholic. I don't know if any of y'all grew up Catholic, but I did. And purgatory is a place between earth and heaven, right? So when you are in between, you're not making any moves. And so that's where I was, because I could not decide my course topic. So I spent about 3 months trying to decide between 3 course topics. In those same 3 months, I had a competitor make over 100. She did a 100K launch in that same month. And I was kicking myself because I'm like, damn it, like that could have been me. Like she was moving, she was making moves. And I was over here in course purgatory, like, should I do this or should I do that? Right. And I was forgetting I need to work with a coach, right? And that was the difference. She was working with a coach for her launch. And at that time, I was in my head, right, thinking I could figure it out on my own. So what I would say to you, Michelle, is if by what you mean the topic, I would say, man, come on in Course from Scratch, because you will get the guidance you need to figure out what the topic is. There are exercises we do that help you do that. And these are a few of them on the screen right here. All right. So I would say the wrong thing would be to not act because you don't know what your topic is, because you're going to learn it when you're inside. All right. Hey, Ricola. Ricola's here. She said she's a hairstylist and enrolled in Course from Scratch. Yes. Thanks for coming on. Okay, Jasmine, I look forward to hearing from you. Okay. All right. Megan is answering that question. All right. Sorry, guys. I'm just looking over. So Dominique says, how do I overcome shyness? I'm afraid of speaking in front of people. Yeah. So the great thing about your program is you do not have to be on camera if you don't want to. Like, you can design it around your strengths. But what I will say is that if y'all saw me in high school, I was a completely different person than I am now. Super shy. I was super awkward on camera. And my friend Maceo likes to remind me of that all the time. And he's like, I cannot believe what I'm seeing today, because you are not anything like the Danielle of like high school. So what I would say is there's also the possibility that you will grow, right? If you want to practice this, then this is your opportunity to do that. But if you don't, but you said you want to overcome shyness. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, one thing I would do is you're kind of calling it something, you're attaching too much meaning to it, right? So what I would do, Dominique, is just think about it as I'm going to be sharing my message. I'm going to be talking to 5 people about my message. That's it. Who cares? There's no shyness. There's no, big speech. It's like I'm sharing my message with 5 people. That's it. So I would try to just look at it and not attach all this meaning to it. Yeah, because you got the juice. We all got the juice. So let's do it. Esther, do you offer coaching outside of the course? So one-on-one, my one-on-one starts at $10K. If you didn't want to work with me one-on-one, which is why the course is a crazy deal because you actually get me to coach you inside the course for way, way less. When you offer a course, what is the duration? So usually it would be between 4 to 8 weeks. Sometimes it can be longer. And do you have to go the whole 8 weeks before starting? Absolutely not. So Kendall, you can move at your own pace. So yeah, like I said, you can speed through it. You can take 3 months if you want. You can take 6 months if you want, or you can take 6 weeks or 6 days. So it's really designed for you to move at your own pace. That's why I give you a success checklist right when you come in, and you can track your progress so that you can move as fast or slowly as you want. And there are always people who are moving at the same pace as you or at the same place as you in the program. All right. Jasmine says, I own 3 e-commerce stores. I want to show people how they can be successful doing the same thing and generate income through courses. Awesome. Yeah, perfect. Yeah, we've got someone in the group who is teaching moms how to grow their e-commerce businesses. Lavelle says, how do you handle refund policies? Yeah, so I shared it earlier, Lavelle. What it says is that if you go through course from scratch, complete the homework, the coaching and everything, you will launch your MVC in 60 days or your money back. All right. We're that confident that you're going to be successful in the program. All right. Heather says, I'm a freelance magazine writer, have been and now writing blogs, copy for small businesses. However, I'm not sure how to use this experience to create a course. Does this work even if you don't have a plan or course idea? Oh yeah. So I think Heather by now I've answered this question. So yeah, let me know if you need any more insight, but it's funny. We're actually on the slide that's relevant to that question. All right. Dominique, have you found this works with religious content? Yeah. So we have someone in the course who's actually teaching people in ministry. So she's teaching pastors and other people in ministry. So that's one way I've seen it. We do have people in the program who infuse Christianity into their teachings as well, into the content they're teaching. So absolutely. Yes. Huge opportunity with that. All right. Laka says, LACA says these courses that we would offer for $500 or more would be over what duration of time? Yeah. So it would be over 4 to 8 weeks usually. Yeah. And Heather says that's a question for those of us with full-time jobs. How long does it take to complete the course? Yeah. So again, up to you, Heather. So I shared, Titi Lio breezed through it, even though she had her full-time job and her twins and her other business. But she got the full program done in, I believe, 60 days. She was able to launch her MVC. And then within, 4 days, she booked the $5,000 in sales. So I keep the videos to as much of a minimum as possible. So like I said, straight line from you to the cash. So it's really a lot about you taking action and not you sitting behind your computer watching hours and hours of video. And one of the first things I have you do inside the program is create your calendar. So you will create your calendar when you come in. All right. Rakama says, how does it work for a therapist? Yeah, I have a couple of therapists in the program right now. One specializes in therapy for Black women. The other one specializes in therapy for women who are in post-mortem. Is that what's called? Oh Lord, y'all. Sorry, you can tell I never have had a baby. Okay, what happens after you have a baby? That. But she specializes in pregnant and women who are pregnant or about to be pregnant, or who have just had a baby. So I do have a couple of therapists in the program, and it works the same. Yeah, you're going to identify who your customer is, what the content is. Okay, what I'll do is fast forward to the most recent questions because I think some of these I've already answered. Postpartum, thank you, Crystal. Postpartum. Okay, Fiona says, also we want to have keynote speakers host some of our courses. Do you think this is a good idea? Oh, I think that's related to your other. Okay, so you said, how soon can we get this video? I have to consult with my business partners before I can buy it. 3 of us are co-founders. Also, we want to have keynote speakers host some of our courses. Do you think this is a good idea? Okay. Yeah, so you'll get the replay tonight, so you can share the replay with them tonight. And the only thing is you will be missing out on the, yeah, these are the 3 things that you guys are getting. So remember when you get it now, so we probably have about 10 more minutes to get through the questions, but if you buy now, you will get the Likes Don't Buy guide, right? And the 100K course launch breakdown. That's for anyone who buys now, whether you do payment plan or pay in full. And then when you pay in full, you're going to get that live session. So, yeah. So you do have until, yeah, so you're going to get that video tonight. And your other question was, we have keynote speakers host some of our courses. I'm not sure what you mean by that. So Fiona, do you mean that you're going to do like a partnership with them? So the keynote speakers are going to promote your courses on your behalf. If that's what you're saying, yeah, absolutely a great idea. Yeah, partnerships, affiliate deals, absolutely great idea. And then Tammy says, so when you say she's teaching ministers how to create digital products, yes, she is, exactly. Ralph says, I'm an author and poet, not sure how to put content into a course. Yeah, so Ralph, and for anyone else who's in this position, number 1 rule, it ain't about you, it's about them, okay? So who is your perfect customer profile? That's what you have to figure out, because it's not about you. I don't care if you're an author, I don't care if you're a poet. Who can you help, right? So what is the success you've had in your life as an author and a poet that you can teach someone else who is a few steps behind you? Okay, so that's where you're going to start examining. You're going to start examining from, okay, what have I achieved in my life, you know, and then who would be interested in learning this knowledge? Okay, and so that's where you're really going to start. So don't get stuck in just, you know, well, I'm an author and a poet, I don't know what to do. But think about what have you accomplished, and then who would want to learn those skills. Okay. Sherry says, when does the course begin? Immediately. So yeah, so for those of you who have joined, welcome. You get access right away. So you get your login right now, and we have I usually leave this as a surprise, but I do a new student orientation. So we're having our next one on Monday, and that is when you get on live with me and I walk you through the program. And on that live session, you also set your course launch goal. So you're going to set your course launch goal live with me, and then you get to ask any questions about that. So like I said, that's a huge differentiator in this program. There is actually a lot of contact with me if you want it. If you want to go do your thing and be in the cave, you can also do that. But if you do want to be, you know, getting help and support live, then there's a lot of that. All right. Let's see. And sorry, okay, Ramirez says, sorry if this has been addressed. I had to step out. Do you help someone that has a lot of knowledge in a topic but doesn't know how to create or focus the content into a course? Yeah, so absolutely. We spend a good amount of time. You know, here's an example of some of the things we do. Your fancy framework is going to be a really key lesson for you. So what that's going to do is you're going to do a brain dump first of everything you've achieved. That's the brag bank exercise. So you're going to do this brag bank exercise, dump out everything from your head that you've achieved, that you've done. And then what you're going to do is organize those things into a fancy framework or methodology. Okay, so you're going to organize them into a fancy framework or methodology. And I show you how to do that step by step. There's also additional guidance if you want it on establishing your learning and doing objectives. So yeah, there's a lot of great work inside the program that we do to help you get really clear about what your big promise is, what your milestones are, and what the content is that you're going to be offering. All right, Eugene says, thanks for your passion. Thank you, Eugene. Cool. Okay, Sunny says, I know this question sounds similar. Can it work with a spiritual life coaching? I feel like the content is not tangible. Yeah, so one of the big things that we do, and I think this is probably like, you know, one of the things I really enjoy doing, right? And maybe is one of my superpowers, is taking the intangible and making it tangible. Okay, so we are going to spend a lot of time doing that. A few things that are going to help you do that is the perfect customer profile interviews. So when you talk to prospects, they're going to help you crystallize things for you. Okay, help you crystallize things. When you do your framework, again, that's really going to help you make it tangible. Okay, because it's going to really force you to step by step outline what the process is. And frankly, you're going to learn from me inside the course. So when you're in the course and you're learning and going through the lessons, just like today was just a preview of what's inside the course, right? We did the tasty content today. You will learn by example, right? So you'll kind of learn how to turn the amorphous, stuff into more tangible, measurable things just by also being in course from scratch and seeing how I structured the course. All right. So yeah, you can absolutely do that. That's like one of my favorite things to do is help people turn it from intangible to tangible. And we have a lot of people inside the course doing that. And let's see. Terica says, would you say these are outliers? Oh, sorry. I guess you asked that question was when I was on a certain slide, so I don't know what it's referring to now. Oh, I see. Deanna says, has anyone joined the program and not have success? If so, what are the reasons why? Yeah, I mean, so what I've learned being in this industry, no program has 100% success rate, right? Because first of all, as much as I define success for you, right? Because you come into course from scratch and I do have defined milestones, right? And I have a recommended timeline that you are more than happy to use or more than welcome to use to achieve those milestones. However, I also know that y'all are grown adults and all of these adults that are in the program have their own idea of what success looks like, right? And they have their own priorities that may pop up. So the most common thing I see is someone will, come into the program and there are unfortunate situations like, there have been deaths. Yes, actually a number of them just kind of out of the blue. So things like that do happen. I would say that's one of the big reasons that people, don't, I guess, are still working towards their launch and they're not able to do it in 60 days. But I would say those who come in and they have the goal, they have all the tools they need. I would say the reason they're not successful is just because their priorities change. That's really it. Yeah. All right. Tennille. Oh, okay. So Tennille was joining. Thank you. So is it Tennille? Am I saying it right? So I joined because this is an area I really want to grow in for the last year or so. So I don't know where to start. Awesome. Out of all the videos I watched, this webinar has been the most insightful. I really need to get out of my own way. Love it. Yes. Super, super excited to have you. Kelly says, what do you think about ongoing online courses? If by ongoing, you mean like evergreen? Yeah, I think they're great. Course from scratch is, I guess you have to define what you mean by ongoing, but I'm assuming that you mean there's not a definitive start and end date where it's cohort based, where everyone starts at the same time and ends at the same time. Rather, it is an ongoing course, like it's evergreen. So you might have someone who joins today, maybe someone next week, maybe someone 3 months from now. Course from scratch is an evergreen course. So I absolutely love that model because it is predictable and scalable revenue. And it also gives me the ability to improve the course. So the fact that I always have new people going through the course and I'm always seeing, oh, this person got success doing this person got success doing this person found this unclear. Because I'm constantly seeing those things, I'm able to iterate and improve the course at a more rapid pace as well. So yeah, absolutely love that. I'm actually not about the whole launch life whatsoever. Oh, Kim, awesome. So Kim is Ordered by Design. Awesome, Kim. Super excited to have you in the program. Yes. All right. Okay, cool. So I think that is it. Okay. So, what I'm going to do is, okay, cool. So, Esther's question, what if you're a beginner and haven't achieved anything in business that you can teach? Yeah. So then the question would be, it doesn't necessarily have to be in business, right? So what have you achieved? So everyone has achieved something in their life, right? Like we all have some area where that comes naturally to us. And we usually end up overlooking that area because it comes so naturally. And we think there needs to be a little bit of struggle. It needs to be a bit of a struggle bus in order to get some respect, right? So what I would say is, there's got to be an area of your life where you've already had success. I would look at that area potentially as the area to teach. Now, of course, you should definitely teach something that's in line with your why, and that is helping you build, that brand that you want to have right? So if it's not, then don't do it. But I would definitely have a look. That's why we do spend like the first module on your 5-star course topic, because that does help you kind of get in touch with what if you have topics you're choosing from, what to choose. And then the culture ad exercise, here's my philosophy. When you're interviewing at a company, they usually ask, is this person a culture fit? Has anybody heard that before? Like, they're like, oh, okay, we interviewed her, so is she a culture fit? And what that usually means is, does she fit in here, right? Like, does she have the same values as us? Does she have the same, does she eat the same food? Like, what it ends up meaning is, does she fit in with us, right? Culture fit. And I started just seeing a problem with that, where we are discriminating against people who are different from us, when in reality, we should be looking at each other as a culture add. So is this person adding diversity, right? Diversity of thought, diversity of interests, right? So for you, Esther, or Esther, I'm not sure how to say it, and Sharon, what I would do is ask yourself, what makes me a culture add? And I have a whole culture add framework. I don't have time to get into it right now, but I have a whole culture add framework where it helps you explore that. And, it's inside the program. It helps you explore that. What is that thing that makes you unique? And you do kind of an excavation of your previous experiences that were unique to you, and you pull out the lessons from those experiences. And you can usually figure out, where are there areas that you have a strong opinion that goes against the grain, right? So there are always misconceptions in every industry or every area of life. And you usually have a strong opinion against certain misconceptions. So that would be an area to look. Okay, that would be an area to look. So I would ask yourself, where do I have strong opinions about something? Where are there existing misconceptions about something that I always challenge? That's a good place to start looking. All right. And yeah, if y'all want my help, yeah, like I said, we do that in the 5-star course topic, and we actually have the culture ad section that just focuses on you building yourself as an authority and uncovering what your culture ad is. All right. Okay, Sherry says, if we forward your video to friends, do they receive the bonuses? Yeah, so they will get, let me go back to, okay, so for instance, what you see on the screen right here, and let me go back so you can see everything. So what you see on here, the two, like the Likes Don't Buy guide, that is only available right now, okay? So in fact, I want to just talk to you guys right now and go through that, okay? Because we are about to wrap it up, and I just want to make sure everyone who is on the fence gets off the fence. That's my role right now, is to help you get off the fence, empower you to make a decision, okay? That is going to make a difference in your life, whether it's a hell yes or a hell no. I want you to make a decision that is going to make a difference in your life. Like, if you're trying to keep your life the same, then I hope it is excellent and amazing, right? And just popping. But if it's not, then I want you to make a decision that's going to make a difference in your life, okay? And that's what I'm here to do. And so just to remind you, here's what you're getting in Course from Scratch, right? So you're getting full access to Course from Scratch. So that is the actual program, the scripts and everything that will help you start pre-selling your MVC, okay? You learned about your MVC, but you may still be like, well, shoot, how do I actually execute this thing? Like, how do I put this thing into the market? How do I actually set up my Instagram to be a funnel that brings me repeatable and scalable results? Like, how do I actually do that, right? Well, you learn that in Course from Scratch, okay? And you're also getting access to our community, so you can be with like-minded people who are killing it, and who are just as driven, and who would partner up with you to be an accountability partner. And then you get access to me as your course coach, right? And your business coach and your marketing coach. But you get access to me. I am in the group, so you can post in the group. I'm in the group daily answering questions. And then we also have our almost weekly live chats where I answer your questions. All right. So that is unprecedented support and engagement with the lead of a program. Okay. So that's the first thing you're getting. And then remember, I'm on team, no excuses. So you're getting those 3 months free of Teachable, so you can upload your course and get that popping right away. You're getting free access to webinar from scratch, right? The slides that help me do 6 figures in 2 weeks, and the 7-day email list builder. Okay. So that is going to help you go from 0 to hundreds of MVPs on your list in 7 days. Now, to answer the question from earlier, when you enroll right now, you are going to get access to the Likes Don't Buy guide. So that is the guide that's going to give you way more information that I had time to give you today. And you're going to be able to learn how to set up you'll see the sales funnel I set up, and you'll have additional tasty content templates. Okay. So that's the Lifestyle Buy Guide. You're also getting the 100K course launch breakdown. So after today, you will have to pay in full to get the 100K course launch breakdown. So if you know you can't do the pay in full, I recommend you get into the payment plan right now, because after we close this up, you will not be able to get the 100K course launch breakdown. That will only be for pay in full. But I made it a fast action bonus. So if you join right now, you can also get that. And then lastly, when you pay in full, you get that live session with me. And that's the session where we are going to actually create the content with you and optimize your bio and set up your sales funnel. All right. All right, y'all. So what I'm going to do is finish things up right here. I think I answered. Oh, okay. So Heather says, how much of the program is video tutorial versus webinar versus personal coaching? Yeah. So the core content is over video. And that's because we have scripts for you, templates, right? So you plug and play that stuff and you can watch it on your own. Every day you have the opportunity to post a question in our forum, right? So in our private group, you can post whenever you want. So that's however much you want. You can get that personal coaching right there live in the group. And then every week we have a live Q&A. So every week you will be with me live just like this, getting your questions answered. And then if you pay in full, you're going to have that additional session with me, right? So it's a 2-hour session. And on that session, well, you heard what we're going to do on the session. But yeah, that is a 2-hour session with me, that which is obviously a lot of FaceTime. So yeah, so does that answer your question, Heather? Yeah, so it's a lot of coaching time if you want it. Some people like to work on their own, but others really appreciate the live coaching time. Hey, Ramiro, welcome to the program. Paid in full. What is up? Super excited to have you. Yeah, Ramiro, if you want, I need some water. Ramiro, if you want to share, what made you join? I would love to hear it, and also what you are going to be teaching. Super excited to work with you inside the program. Yes. All right. Let's see. Cool. All right. Mama Louise said just phenomenal. Awesome. And for those of you looking for the coupon, if you scroll down, you will find it. Okay, cool. So I think that is it. Yeah. So what I'll do is just finish up. Oh, awesome, Heather. Heather, paid in full. What up? Welcome, 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 welcome. Super, super excited to work with you. Awesome. Yeah, and Heather, tell me. Yeah. So what are you, Ramiro and Heather? What are you guys going to be teaching your courses on? Super excited to do that live session with you guys. Yes. All right. All right. So as you guys are typing that, I'll just finish up here. I just want to make sure you guys get everything you need. So one thing I want you to think about is the fact that a year and a half ago, I had 1,700 followers on Instagram. Okay. Like 1700. So not 2K, not 3K. I had 1,700 followers on Instagram. Year and a half ago, I didn't have an email list, right? I was definitely not making 25K or 40K or 85K per month, like I am now from course sales, right? And yeah, I didn't have any brand equity. Like nobody knew who I was, right? Like nobody knew who I was. But because I started, you fast forward a year and I had the 25K follower or the 20K followers, and I made the 25K in 1 month, right? So what I want you to imagine is, what if you get off the fence? What if you start today, right now? Okay. What if a year from now you have 20,000 followers on your Instagram account? What if you have tasty content on your account that is capturing leads and converting leads? What if you have a webinar that you've built from scratch that is making you 20K per month, 30K per month, 40K per month, right? And imagine if a year from now you got to 25K in 1 month from those 20,000 followers. how fast could you grow to 50K or 100K followers, right? And well, shoot, by the time you reach 50K or 100, how much revenue could your online courses be making at that point, right? And one thing I want to share with you guys is, and I haven't really shared this a ton, but just the rapid growth I've seen in my business is something to talk about because, you know, we kind of mentioned influencers and things like that earlier. And one thing I want to share that's really worked to my benefit is I have remained head down in my place, in my lane. And as a result, the results have been crazy, right? So I haven't put my head up and been like, oh, I should do more speaking engagements because I need to be in these streets. People need to know my name. I need to be taking more photos on stage, you know, on Instagram, right? Instead, I kept my head down and I said, you know what? That's for my influencer phase. But guess what? I remember the brand ascension pyramid: hobbyist, professional, influencer, brand. Okay. So I realized, listen, I am still at the professional phase. And so I'm going to keep head down. And as a result, I went from, December was 27K in cash, right? So that's not even booked revenue. Booked revenue was, is going to be closer to 40K, but let's just say 27K December, January, 40K, February, 85K, right? So if you've noticed, it's been like almost doubling each month, right? And all it was figuring out the system, okay? And lucky for you, you have the system in me, right? Like I didn't have someone I could get the system from. I kind of took it from multiple places and finally like it clicked, right? So it took a little time. But what I want to encourage you to do is think about the fact that if you keep your head down and focus on this, and if you get started today, where you could be a year from now, or even a year and a half, you never could have imagined. I never could have imagined I would be here a year and a half from now, just because I set up this system. Okay. So just think about that. All right. Thank you, Jonathan. Absolutely. Absolutely. Yes. Awesome. And Taniela's sharing, I want to design my program courses around alternative medication therapy. Yes. Or medical optimization cost effectively. That is so great. I love it. I love it. And then Ramiro is, I help single women that are tired of meeting the wrong men find the man of their dreams and end up in a relationship that they love and it lasts. Yes. I know quite a bit about relationships and how they work and what doesn't work. Cool. I love it. And then Heather is a writer, editor, publisher that asked a question earlier. Yes, Portland in the Build a PDX and of course content TBA with your help. Awesome. Excited to have you guys. Excited to be working with you guys. So for the rest of you who are here, you've got a few more minutes to join us. And so what I want you to really get real with yourself about is, where do you want to be in 1 year? I hope you see that, this is one vehicle for you. It's not the only vehicle, but this is one vehicle to get you somewhere in a year. Almost guaranteed, right? I mean, the software is 30 to 50 followers per day. So that's guaranteed, audience in a year, right? And then creating your course, launching your MVC means that you're going to have a working product. You're going to have testimonials, and then shoot, you got that webinar and it's up from there, right? That's how it worked for me. So just to remind you, you got time right now. If you want to join paid in full or payment plan, you're going to get the Likes Don't Buy guide and you're going to get the 100K course launch breakdown. And if you pay in full, you're going to get that live session where we're going to create your 4 pieces of tasty content and set up your funnel so that your IG is automated and popping. Okay. So get out of course purgatory, y'all. I told you about my 100K mistake. All right. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to wrap things up and I'll come back on the camera to bid you farewell. And for those of you who want to join and get everything we talked about, now is the time. Head on over to coursefromscratch.com/join, and you're going to get everything we talked about. The Likes Don't Buy guide and the 100K course launch breakdown will not be available for the Likes Don't Buy guide won't be available at all after the next couple of minutes, and then the 100K course launch breakdown will only be available for those who pay in full. And then the 50% off ends this Monday. Okay. All right. Tammy says, Danielle, I'm like you. People come to me for the same information, but I don't have a course like this to help them. Tammy, you better get your booty in the course then. Let's get you a course. Let's go. Jonathan says, I want to help fundraisers and event organizers to build rapport, build trust, and convert donors in 5 minutes. Absolutely. There's someone in the program right now. His background is in fundraising. He's not doing his course on that, but he shares that as part of his brag bank and part of his story, just how he's been able to help raise a certain amount of money for organizations and fundraise. That's a big part of his story. So amazing, amazing. Cool. All right, y'all. We are going to wrap it up. So final chance to join us in Course from Scratch. For those of you who joined, Tennille, Ramiro, Heather, super excited to have you guys. We have a couple more. I got to scroll on my phone. And I can't even scroll, but super excited to have you guys inside the program. And for those of you who paid in full, can't wait to do those live sessions. I'll see you guys all soon. And yeah, y'all have a good night. Again, use the information you learned today. Be powerful, be huge in your life, glow up, okay? And make sure you're investing in the assets and the resources to get you there. All right. All right. Bye, guys. Have a great night. Thank you for coming.